Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you join us from. Welcome to the live stream again. I want to thank y'all. I've got a special guest today, but of course, we always have a topic. Today is assisted care or Filipina care. The choice is yours. But first, let me give a shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Michael Beat Your Life on here already. Jacob Chanje, I'm sure, is going to be on here. My old heads, Wonders of Life, Roger Walker, Jungle Man. What's going on with my... Wait, guys, let me switch over. There's Michael Beat Your Life right there. Any new viewers and subscribers to the chat for the first time, welcome. And anybody catching me on replay. You know, a lot's been going on. I did do that public service announcement earlier today, Robert. You know, the HIV crisis, excuse me, in the Philippines is an emergency. And I don't think we talk enough about that. I think we just take for granted that everything's the same way as it is around the world, because a lot of us, we come over here, believe it or not, and we put our lives in the hands of other people. We jump right in bed with them. We don't ask any questions. We don't go to the doctor. We don't do anything because you don't even know. You're not even paying attention to what's going on. It's all about, you know, our selfish needs. But yeah, guys, be aware that AIDS crisis is blazing over here, and a lot of people don't even know they have it. So, you know, it's just something to think about. I just want people to know. I don't believe some people know. I don't believe enough people know. And if they do know, I don't think they really care. They're taking everything for granted. I don't care about your lifestyle. I really don't. I don't care who you lay down with, but I do care about your well-being, especially if you're going to come over here and, you know, my dime, you know, because I referred you to come over here. One more thing before we get started. Police, remember I was telling y'all about the guy who lost all that money, the delivery guy? Well, a lot of people didn't turn the... So the police are now, they're watching film. They're watching tape to try to figure out, to identify the people who picked up the money and ran off. So I say good luck to that. But I want to welcome Robert D to our panel again. Robert, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Well, I'm a 66-year-old outlier. No, really. Business owner, retired business owner, but I identify as a 28-year-old Bitcoin entrepreneur.
Wait, I've got a... Yeah.
If they can change their genders, I can identify as a 28-year-old billionaire.
I changed to my data because I was having trouble with the Wi-Fi. So you're 67, Robert?
Yeah, I'm a 67-year-old retired business owner. But like I said, I identify as a 28-year-old Bitcoin entrepreneur.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's... But you came up with this topic, Robert, so kind of, you know, I'm going to let you get it started, and then I'll just chime in on what I've got, because I just asked a question. Would you rather rot in an assisted living home somewhere in the West with probably a Filipina caregiver, or grow old gracefully in the care of a beautiful Filipina over here in the Philippines. So,
or
that was a
robotic
question
nurse.
I asked. So
Well,
what do you got? What do you want to say about that, Robert?
this is what we got to look forward to: the robotic nurse. And of course, her hands are
Yeah,
cold
the
and her
robotic
eyes are
nurse.
laser. Yeah, she stinks like oil. And you press 1 for a cup of water, press 2 for some food, press 3 to get the hell out of here, and you're pressing 3. I'm pressing 3. Sorry, our menu options have changed. The robotic nurse. They'll flip you over, they'll turn you over in bed automatically, and you never have to have human hands touch your body ever again. Yeah, that's where we're headed.
Yeah, I saw one where you said that one of the things you said was they'll automatically turn you over in the bed.
Yeah, that way you never have to be touched by human hands ever again.
Yeah. Now, a lot of guys, we get criticized for coming over here and getting Filipina care, which, I think we're grown enough to make that type of decision, to make that type of choice.
I'm going to push back on that because a program of vlog, just Pearly things, she's saying that they find that 80% of women find men unattractive now in the West. 80% of women find men unattractive.
Wow.
Well, so you're falling behind already.
And they're probably going to mistreat you in that damn assisted living home, right, Robert? Did you get any information on that?
No, because she's going to come in your room, and first thing she's going to do is take that plate of food and she's going to mix it up. There's not going to be the soup and the tea and the carrots. It's all going to get mixed up. And she's saying, "Why are you complaining? It's all going in the same place anyway. And besides, I got a boyfriend waiting. I got 9 more patients, and hurry up, would you please?"
Yeah, that's right, Robert. Why do they mistreat us so bad over there, man? We paid our dues over there, man. We built the damn country over there. I didn't see any women building the Panama Canal, the Suez Canal, the what's the bridge over there in San Francisco? I didn't see any women building all that. The Empire State Building and all that. But once we get a certain age, man, they let us have it, right?
Those guys hanging up there 30 floors in the air in New York City, and they're sitting there having their lunch on an I-beam. I didn't see any women sitting up there.
I didn't either. Derek Casanova says, I copied your discussion in Thailand. Yeah, thanks, man, because it really, Philippines just has one of the fastest growing in the Western Pacific region. But I'm pretty sure that discussion would go over in Africa, Thailand, and a bunch of other places. But remember, guys, we're not even, be honest, when's the last time somebody took an AIDS test? Unless it was automatic in your damn employment physical or exit physical or something like that. You're not going to do it. You're not going to take the 5 minutes to do it. But what we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll jump right in the bed with women. But we're supposed to be responsible. We're talking, Robert, about guys who did 30 years in the military, 40 years at the post office. Like you, they're retired businessmen. They raise a family and everything like that, but then they come over here and get real irresponsible, man. And we got to put a stop to that. But remember, I can't tell people what to do. I just put the information out there. They don't listen to me anyway.
Well, some of us do, Calvin.
So is that your plan? Yeah. Now your plan is I know which choice yours is, Robert. The Filipina care, right?
Oh, absolutely. You know, they should be calling, would you like your mango float? And I'd be thinking, oh man, I could be strapped down in a living assisted care home. I could be pinned down in bed, so I don't fall out. And here I am with this angel, this Filipina floating. I'm floating because she's asking me, do you want your mango float, Robert? What do you want, cottage cheese or a mango float?
Yeah. Well, I know it's going to be a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot cheaper over here to get the Filipino care, and they don't accept Medicaid. I think you got to be on Medicaid. If you're not on Medicaid, boy, assisted living is expensive.
I got a friend that's on assisted living care. He just got home. I broke him out.
I don't get it with my damn. It's just really. Let me go back to my. How's my data? Am I doing pretty good, Robert?
I think it's mediocre, but good enough.
I mean, what is my face blurry?
No, crystal clear, and very few interruptions. Just you're fine. Roll on.
Okay.
Roll with it.
Cedric Dewberry says, I've worked in a nursing home back in the day. People are treated really bad. They lay in their urine and feces. It's awful. Yeah, I know what my choice is. I made my choice 5 years ago. I'd rather be growing old gracefully over here, with a beautiful woman to look at.
I made my choice. Calvin, I made my choice. My choice was made this last year, taking care of my neighbor, taking him to his doctor's appointments. He's got diabetes. He's in kidney dialysis, renal failure, stage 4. He's all, and he's got half of a foot cut off. And I'm telling you, ask him where he'd rather be.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something. Every time I think of the nursing home or assisted, every time I think about the nursing home or assisted living, I think about that movie. Remember the movie where the man is rescued by that lady and the lady tortures him? What's the name of that movie? And he's trying to get out, escape out of the house, and she's breaking his ankles and doing everything. He's in the bed. That's what I always think about, man. I mean, that has to be torture. And then you're not going to get any happy time in those assisted living homes, right? That would be sexual abuse if you asked a woman to, give you a rub down, wouldn't it, Robert?
They need to give you a bath. They need to do their job. I mean, you can't just sit there and lay in your stool. So,
the name of it is Misery. Misery. Well, could you ask them to give you a happy ending for your bath, or would that be sexual abuse?
That would be a girlfriend experience.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, you could probably get that for about 12,000 pesos a month over here. That's not bad. Yeah, he said, damn, they charge 6,000 per month for an elderly person in Virginia. Wow.
None of us
know a lot of money, man.
None of us know how long we have.
Hey, Jungle Man. Jungle Man Space Cowboy, send me your email. Put your email up here, and I'll send you the link to the show and let us know what's going on in Inglewood City. I know that you're receiving that Filipina care. A lot of guys we've opted for the Filipina care health plan instead of that damn health plan they got over there. I think it's better than in Medicare. Robert, what do you think? Because you're on Medicare. Are you on Medicare, Robert?
Yeah, Part B. I have an Advantage plan. I at 66 and 6 months. I retired in April.
Right?
Yeah, looks like you're cutting out a little bit again.
Well, I had to. I changed back to my Wi-Fi. So you got A and B. Now tell them, because I used to sell that.
But listen, Calvin, even if you were a millionaire, if you were an actual bona fide millionaire living up on Camelback Mountain, you got your own big house, with the guest house in the back and the big travel van and everything, you would want to be at home in home care. You wouldn't want to be, if you had the money, there's no way. Nobody wants to be, and you're a prisoner in there. They watch everything you do. You got to document every time. You got to sign in and sign out. It's like a damn prison.
Yeah, but see, what happens is it's tricky over there because they'll deem you incompetent, and then now your kids, they're not gonna want to deal with you, so they're gonna toss you in there against your will.
And what do you think? You think you're going to get a single room, or do you think you're going to share an occupied room? And every time that disabled man can't get up, they're going to have to clean the sheets and yeah, you talk about a sponge bath. You got one going on right next door, and the only thing separating you is the curtain. You can hear everything.
Yeah. Sounds like you've had some experience with all that, Robert. Have you ever been in assisted living before?
Calvin, I worked as a critical care nurse assistant. I have a CNA license, state of Arizona. I used that. But, when I saw these people, and you're really between a rock and a hard spot, because the doctors and the family, there's always some fighting going on. And these people are critical care.
Yeah, so that's considered a certified butt wiper. So you got to have a certificate to wipe somebody's ass in America. We're technical over there, right, Robert?
Well, and then maybe you get maybe Tuesday they shave your face, if you're lucky.
Yeah, one guy, if you go back in the comments of my last video, he was like, "How do you know if it's a lady boy you're dealing with?" And I was like, I should come up with a video 10, you're with a lady boy if they ask to use your razor in the morning to shave their damn stubble off their face. But I'm just joking.
You got to check for that Adam's apple. If they got an Adam's apple, there's your sign right there. A woman don't have an Adam's apple.
Well, if they got a penis, that would be the damn sign. They looking good in that dress, but they got a damn penis. Yeah, that would be the giveaway for me. Now, Jacob Tante said big hands and big feet and a big face. Because a man's face is bigger than a woman's face. Now, it's funny because a guy sent me a link to a YouTube, and he follows my channel. And he said, "Is this a woman or a man?" Right? And in the thumbnail, you can't really tell. Once I punched on the thumbnail, I was like, "Dude, y'all are crazy. Y'all coming all the way over here for that? No way, man." But it's hilarious. So I got to try to protect my viewers and subscribers. So I put that message out, but they be over here with some. I'm like, wow.
Well, Calvin, let me ask you this. I've heard you mention it's not a fair exchange. Now, if you're blind, crippled, or crazy, and she's taking care of you, that pretty much evens the score, doesn't it?
What's that?
Well, you come into an arrangement, it's not really a fair exchange. You're paying the rent, you're paying the food, you're paying the electric, you're doing you have all the responsibility for the household bills, but really they bring you your dinner and let you go about your business. But if you need assisted care, unless you're paying, if your girlfriend's doing that job, then that sort of imbalances the equation, right?
Yeah, right. Now that's a different, that's on down the line, right? That's a different, scenario, Robert. I'm talking about when we first get over here, it's not a it's not a fair exchange. But yeah, if I'm incapacitated and I need some woman to do everything for me, and of course, then now it's a fair exchange, I would think.
That's where I'm coming around to think it might be, because really, what would it cost to have a nurse to come around 2-3 times a week, maybe in Dumaguete or wherever? How much would it cost? Maybe 15,000 pesos.
I don't know, maybe not even that much. I would say if you could get a nurse to come after her job and you paid her 1,500 pesos a day, it would be cheaper than that, which is a lot of money for somebody to earn on a daily basis over here.
But then
Yeah, so I
she's
think
gonna
we'll
know
talk.
she's gonna know how to check your blood pressure. She's gonna know look. She's gonna know some of the warning signs because she's professionally trained. I think it's better, Calvin, from my point of view, to hire that nurse and let your wife do the cooking and maybe shout out a few orders to the nurse. Put her in charge.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I
I don't
don't know
want to
why
put that.
why are we criticized for that? Why are older men criticized for coming to a place where women will freely do that and they don't have a problem with it? But they'll tell us, "Oh, you're taking advantage of those ladies," and uh, you know,
And a
Mike
savage.
Dorfman said, "What's the name of that YouTuber, Cal?" I think it's the link that I was sent. I think it's a poor man's passport guide. He's a good guy, but I mean, I was really shocked because I don't look too closely at stuff like that. I would have never known he was with you know a lady boy or whatever it is. But the guy said, "Hey man, that guy that follows your channel, he's got a YouTube channel." He says, "Is that a woman or a man?" I was like, "Well, I've never really took look close enough." So I clicked on there, and boy, does he got him one. He's got him one. There's no doubt that that's a lady boy. They ain't fooling nobody. We crooked, big face, big shoulders. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, you need to be careful, dude. You need to watch my video I did today. It's going to help you. It's going to save your life, probably. But I'm not picking on. I'm just joking, guys. I'm not picking on anybody. Y'all know me. I don't have. I've been fighting injustice my whole life. I'm not going to sit up here and judge anybody. But my video was serious. But I just didn't know. I did a long time ago. I talked to a foreigner down in Zamboanga. He was a German, and he was with a transgender that lived in the same squatters area as me. And I just asked him. I said, "Hey, what is it that you like about the Philippines?" And I thought he was going to say all that other stuff. Oh, good weather, the people are nice. He said he can come over here and be with his woman and not catch any flack for it. Right? This is what he said. And he could be comfortable, a lot more comfortable than he could be at home. So I've known that men were coming over here on the slide, but now it's like it's not the slide anymore. They're out front with it and they're proud of it. So I'm thinking a lot of guys who are coming over here, they really don't know the age situation over here. It's a lot worse than what what it is at home. Because we're not afraid of it anymore, Robert. It doesn't.
Well,
It doesn't scare you, does it?
Sir, the first thing that I would do is take her to a gynecological exam, and I'd go myself and get all the testing done. Slow down, slow down. If you don't want to cover up, you might be covered up with dirt.
Yeah, but these guys are so thirsty. They're trying to stick it in through the damn computer screen. They're so hungry for some attention.
Listen,
that
okay, and we know she's shy. She might be shy. Okay, and maybe she's never been to a OBGYN exam. So you're going to have to explain things. It's not a criticism. It's for her safety. It's for your safety. And if she is too shy, take her to another city and get an appointment.
Yeah. Kamal says, for how long were you in the squatters area? I lived there for 6 months during the lockdown, but remember, every squatters area is not the same. This squatters area, they call it squatters area because the people don't own the land. They own the houses, but they don't own the land. It was government workers. They work for DPWH, which is like the Department of, I think it's Highway. They do all the road construction and stuff like that, where it was the compound right next to the DPWH headquarters in Zamboanga City. But every squatters area is not the same. But it was by the river, and there was rats and stuff, but it was livable.
I want to mention, Phil said, looks like Robert's planning on using some diapers pretty soon. I ordered some. I was 260 pounds, diabetic. I was hurting, man. I went back to just spilled my drink. I went back to the gym and started beefing up, get my blood pressure down. I no longer take insulin, and I gave my diapers to my neighbor. She was real happy.
Yeah. How much you weigh now?
About 225, right in there.
Yeah. Now, living in Pacific said this conversation just got weird. I'm out of here. Well, he must be one of those guys dating over here. We're trying to save his life, but he don't want to talk about it. Only thing we want to talk about, we want these vloggers over here, which I'm not going to sell out anymore. I'm not going to sell my soul to parade these young women in front of the camera and talk about sex and dating all the time. If that's what y'all want to do, then yeah, just keep on scrolling, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sell my soul like that, man.
You just keep giving them the 360, Calvin. Just keep giving them the 360, buddy.
Yeah. I'm just not going to do that. I look around because I've got eyes, and I see these channels. They're growing, but they're selling out, man. I'm not going to do that. Not anymore, man. That's I was part of that for too much longer than I want to admit. But I decided, nope, it's not for me. The more I thought about it, the more cringier I felt. And so if they want to do that to get views and subscribers, go ahead. Hey, Eric Terry says, hey, Cal, good points about the AIDS problem in the Philippines. Yeah, it's a crisis, man. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. I put those 2 links in there, guys. Read those links. I mean, it's real important information. But nobody wants to talk about that. All we want to talk about is the young lady over here. Well, you can't tell if a woman has AIDS or a man has AIDS in the beginning. See, that's another reason in the article why it said that a lot of people don't get tested. They don't have any symptoms. So they say, well, what's the use? I'm not sick. I don't feel sick. I don't have anything. So the numbers are probably a lot worse.
There's a lot of disease that you can't tell are asymptomatic. And chlamydia is another one. She don't even know. She's not, if she has chlamydia and passes it along to you, you're going to be the first to know. And she might not know until it's too late and she can't have children.
Right. Now, he says the Philippines are not in the top 10. No, but it's the fastest growing epidemic, in the Western Pacific region. They're talking about where globally, if you look at the figures globally, all over the globe, the instances of HIV and AIDS related deaths are going down, but over here they're going up. It's the fastest growing, and there's only 110,000 cases, is what they say. That's a lot of people. It's going to triple, so it's going up. That's the problem. And they were talking about what contributes to the rise, and the number one thing was stigma. And they don't have the access to the health care that's needed because they don't even give primary care doctors
Now that
the consent.
110,000, that's okay. You translate that 115 million people, that's a 1% chance. Would you, if I said 100 cups of water here and one of it had poison in it, would you take a chance and drink one of the cups?
Right, but see, they look at it differently than that. They're not looking at the fact that, yeah, that's only 1%. They're looking at the incidence, the daily rate. It went from 9 per day to 46 per day. And these are the people who are coming forward, who are getting tested, who are, presenting themselves at the healthcare places. What about the ones who aren't? This is what they're saying. They're saying it's growing because the rest of the world is going down. It's not going up like that. See, we're not afraid of AIDS in America, Robert. Nobody even really, it's no big deal. I've got family members who've got AIDS. We don't run from people anymore or anything like that. So we let our guards down when we come over here. We never, guys, be honest, put your hand up if you even looked at, the AIDS and the whatever it is over here. You don't do it. You're so infatuated with the woman on the other side of that screen. And then you come over here and you literally place your life in her hands. We've got to stop doing that, man.
Hey, if 10,000 get your message, Calvin, if 10,000 get your message and reject and don't like a stern, then if the one that listens takes action and his life is saved, you've done your job.
Yeah, you're right, Robert. RC and Jax, thanks for that super chat. He said, love to you and the family, Cal. He said, fellas, spend the time to pick the right person and avoid picking up a deadly disease. The right girl is the one that's okay with you both getting tested. But we're not even asking them to get tested, RC in the Jacksonville. This is the problem. This is what I'm trying to keep saying over and over and over, repetition. Maybe it'll stick somewhere. We're not doing it. We're not even asking. We're coming right over here. We're jumping right in the bed with women. That's but remember I said that we seem to throw our common sense out of the plane window when we get on the plane. These are responsible men we're talking about.
I'm not, and I'm going to show some ignorance here. I'm not too certain, but it can't be tested with a saliva test. You don't need to get pricked if you're afraid of needles. I think maybe I'm not sure. I don't know, and that's my ignorance. Maybe somebody in the panel knows.
Yeah, but we're not even doing that, Robert. If they gave out free tests when you got off the plane, we wouldn't do it. We're so hungry. We're running toward the exit because the girl's waiting by the taxi stand and jump in there and go right over there, And I guarantee you somebody's been burned, but they're not going to come forward, and that's their right. We got HIPAA laws over there and everything, but that's what's going on. We're not telling people. If we've had a problem. So, they're talking about how many cases it is. Well, how many foreigners have been affected by coming over here? Or how many people have come over here and brought it over here with them? See, that's something that we don't talk about because of the Privacy Act and the laws and stuff like that. We'll never know. But it's something that we need to talk about. Why even take that chance? Haitian government says, when I come, I'm going raw, Cal. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you are. I mean, you're like 99% of us. I mean, I'm not talking to y'all from some spiritual hilltop, man. I'm telling you what I did, but I won't do it again.
Maybe some of the men there that have been married to a Filipina can tell us, isn't an AIDS test part of the marriage process certification to be married?
Yeah. Secret War said, thumbs up, people. This is gold. Yeah. See, this is stuff we need to talk about, but we don't. They want to, if you go on YouTube right now, they're going to tell you where to find the sick people or how to find the sick people. Where are the nicest looking sick people? But they're never going to tell you that they're sick. But they're going to tell you what the sick people like, what they don't like, why they're attracted to foreigners and all of that. Why are foreigners attracted to the sick people? We need to know who's sick so we can avoid them. You know, because I didn't come over here to get sick. And there's somebody watching right now that's probably saying, man, I should have listened to somebody else's advice and got tested. Because a lot of guys, listen, guys, y'all don't even know if the woman's pregnant or not when you come over here. You know, the guys who are dealing with lady boys, they don't have that to worry about. But the people like us, the men who are dealing with women, because it's happened before. It's happened too many times. I know a lady. I personally know her. She was pregnant when the man came over here to visit her, right? He goes back, does the visa. She got an abortion. So he comes back and he takes her back.
Well, I would imagine that when I got married in Mexico in 2011, and I'm recently divorced in 2017, but they wouldn't let us get married in Mexico without an HIV test.
Yeah, well, see, that's good. Thanks, it's your boy recording for that super sticker. I'm gonna have to get him on the channel. I think he's got a YouTube channel. I'm not for sure what he does, but he emailed me before. I think he's got a reaction channel. He's trying to get it off the ground. And if you want to come on here one time, just let me know. I'll get you on here. RC and Jax, thanks for the super chat. He said, you'll go raw until you've seen someone die from AIDS. Yeah, it's brutal and sad. Don't forget help B. Wait, sorry guys. Don't forget help B rest too. It's rampant there. Yeah, tuberculosis. They have one of the highest tuberculosis HIV burdens in all of Asia here. According to the article you're going to see in the link, they're talking about over 16% of the population hepatitis B. And I'm like, really?
That's right.
That's crazy. That's some crazy figures, man. Okay. Let's see. Are you still with me, Robert?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tall Barber, thanks for that super chat. He said, good morning, Cal. Great topic today. I've never been a fan of playing Russian roulette. Keep that safety on if you plan to live longer. Yeah. And you were 1,000. I don't know. You're 1,000% right, brother. But try talking to people and getting them to exercise the safe sex. I mean, you're literally talking to a brick wall. We're just not going to do it. Kamal says, have you known of malaria or yellow fever in the Philippines? No, I've never heard of a case. Yeah, not that type of yellow fever. The other yellow fever I have, but not that type.
Well, you know, what kind of pushback are you going to get?
Now, I think he's been looking into it. He said no age test is required for getting married in the Philippines. Well, we need to take it upon ourselves to get tested.
Well, what kind of
DC
pushback
Land
are you
Music
going to
says,
get?
let me go. What he
You're not going to get any pushback from the Filipina. She's going to respect you for
I
that.
don't know. I'm going to
She's going
tell.
to follow. She's going to
Wait.
follow your lead.
Wait, guys, hold on. All right. I'm gonna switch to my data and reboot this Wi-Fi here. Thanks Eric Powell for that super chat. He said, great message. If she doesn't want to take any tests, run and block her. Yeah, I think that's good, guys. I think we need to start that to protect her too. Now remember, okay. It's not just about us, it's about them too, because we're bringing stuff over here. Guys are coming over here who have diseases and don't even know it because they haven't been to the doctor since they were into the damn delivery room, since their mother had them. We just won't go to the doctor. Well, you know, Eric, you're all you have to do right now, I can send you the link now, but we're just talking about, you're always welcome on the channel, but we're just talking about men, responsible men in all other areas of their lives who all of a sudden come over here and act irresponsibly. I mean, it's just not that. It's all kinds of stuff we do over here. You'd be like, man, you're the deacon in the damn church. You know, you're the Boy Scout leader. You're every damn thing over there, but then you come over here and you're damn fool. Okay, he says, I think she may prefer both of you get tested together. Yeah, but that's okay. I'd rather get tested together than die together. Well, I'm sorry. He says, it's not that we aren't doing it. It's just a lot of Filipinos don't like it. They would literally try to tamper you. Okay, well, I'm sorry. You know, when you're trying to do something that's going to potentially help her, I mean, I don't understand it, guys, but
no, if she don't want to be tested, that's showing some grave irresponsibility. I'm out of there. That's a red flag for me. I'll pass.
Yeah, it's not. Now I've got a guy. He used to be a follower, man. He's a big supporter of Sharon Lapu Lapu. He travels all over the world. I consider him a sex pet. He travels all over the world, wherever Filipinos are, hooks up with Filipinos. But here's the good thing he does. If there's anything good out of what he does, okay, he sends them money to go to the doctor. Every last one of them. This guy spends hundreds, thousands of dollars. He used to send me before me and him cut off communication because he got weird on me and I blocked him. You know, I was like, man, you know, that's all you're talking about. You know, I'm talking about he's going everywhere. Turkey, Singapore, the Philippines, wherever Filipinos are, and he sees them on his dating sites, he hooks up with them and goes to see them, you know, and has relationships with them. But he does it responsibly. If you can, you know, because he makes sure, hey, are you clean? And you'll be shocked that the results that he gets back. He was showing it to me, see, without the people's consent. He's showing me their checkup records. And a lot of them have UTI. A lot of them have all kinds of stuff going on over here. So he won't fool with them. But he was showing me that. So I'm telling you guys that it's not all strawberries and cream over here.
Or even tuberculosis.
A tall barber says Tampo is better than a shorter lifespan. Yeah. You don't want to come over here. You're on vacation. You get 2 weeks of vacation every year. Now you got to go back. You take something back home that you can't get rid of. But nobody wants to talk about that. All you want to talk about is the sex. You know, this man was paying money to get these women tested. Every last woman he's ever seen, he was getting them tested. And a lot of them were coming back positive for something. And he was showing it to me. And I was like, man, I felt uncomfortable with him doing that. Like, because it's none of my business. The less I know, the better off I am. But I am to share with you guys that it's not all sugar and cream over here, guys. The women you dealing with, they got UTI, they got chlamydia, they got all kinds of stuff, man. You can't see it. They don't even know because they don't have the money to go to the doctor. They haven't been to the doctor at all unless they have a baby. They simply can't afford it. So we have to step up and start doing it. If you don't want to do it, okay, then when something happens, don't blame it on nobody but yourself. Sober Sunset says, man, I wish this channel was around in 2007. I probably would have had run the other way when I met my Filipino for the first time. What happened? Okay, he says, Mike Dawsonville says, if you practice safe sex, you shouldn't have to worry about getting an HIV test very often. Me and my wife, we had an HIV test 2 years ago. But we're saying when you first initially meet them, Mike, of course, when you've been with somebody 4 or 5, 10 years, I would still get it anyway, but we're talking about initially. We're not initially doing anything but playing Russian roulette. We're drinking that 1 cup of water that Rob was talking about. Derek Casanova says too many guys are desperate coming to the Southeast Asia and forget who's in the driver's seat. Yeah, I think we're coming over here. You can't tell people why to come over here, okay? But everything that I see, we're coming over here for the woman as if she's the prize. Okay, you see the post, they got, black men smiling, they got an Asian woman, and they say, oh, that's it. Katie bar the door, the program's over. But it's a lot more reasons people are coming over here besides that. But yeah, you're right. We do forget. But the minute we get on the plane, we forget. I mean, really, guys, there's nothing wrong with responsibly going out and paying for something before you come over here. I would rather do that than come over here with my pants on fire and get involved with the wrong person.
And I'm wondering, whatever happened to truth and goodness? Whatever happened to sitting down with her and saying, honey, if you make a mistake, my life is in your hands. You realize that. Just don't put me at risk. And if you do, let me know. Let's at least, give me a shot at life. Don't take my life from me just because you want to keep a secret. Because I'm telling you right now, it's looking like women are out cheating men in their 30s now. More women are cheating in their 30s than men.
Yeah, but is it really cheating? Who came up with that word cheating? I want to know that. Was it a man? Was it a woman? I don't get it because there's not a exact amount of men for women and vice versa. If every man or every woman was faithful, look how many millions of other people would be left out in the cold. I think that comes from this old, we're extremists over in my country where we come from. We're very extremists, and I don't believe in that word cheating. Tall Barber says, anyone know if there are daily flights between General Santos and Dumaguete? Trying to put together my itinerary. Well, I'm not for sure, but I know you wouldn't go directly to Dumaguete. They're going to take you to Manila because so many of my subscribers who come to see me, they're coming from Davao. They'll fly. You can go straight to Cebu or Manila, then to Dumaguete. He said your friend was doing the trike patrol. Here. Oh, okay, thanks, son. Yeah, he said if it's no ring, then it isn't cheating. I say, be honest with each other on the motives. Eric Powell says, you know, idea women globally are being told by feminism to step out on their relationships. Yeah, because they're always talking about if the man can do it, the woman can do it. Well, y'all start fighting wars and stuff, and then we can sit down and talk about that. He said women always cheat men. Sober Sun says that only found out she was pregnant to another man 2 weeks into my first trip. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying, guys. He's telling his story. He's going to help somebody. You can't look at a woman and tell if she's 2 weeks pregnant or 3 weeks pregnant. Not over here, they're so small. But we don't care, man. You know, this is how they win over here. This is how, because guys is like, well, how can I have a royal flush, Calvin, and she's got a pair of deuces? How can she beat me? It's real easy because you throw your hand in the minute you go to the damn hotel. You ain't even trying to bluff her. You're not trying to do nothing. You sitting there with the highest hand in the deck and you fold your damn cards as if there's a higher hand that can beat you. No, because you're desperate. You know, the minute, you know, they know what they're doing, man. These women aren't stupid. Women are very intelligent. That's why they end up beating us. I've met Filipinas. I've never seen women come from as far back as they have in their circumstances and rise to the level that they have in the least amount of time, man, just from hooking up with the right or the wrong man over here, man. It happens too many times, guys. Chochi too says women in their 30s go through what is called a 7-year itch period. They tend to cheat more in their 30s. Why is that?
Well, it's because the men are too damn easy. You know, the average woman is 5'4", 170 pounds. Who the heck is she cheating with? What kind of nasty is that?
Well, he said, if your woman, first of all, she's not my woman, Moochie T. I don't own these women. I don't own anybody but myself. He said, if your woman steps out on you, what do you call it? She's exercising her options. Evidently, you're not doing something right. Have some damn responsibility in that situation. You know, you've done something wrong, you know, even if it's just picking the wrong woman. But don't put it all on her. If that woman's stepping out on you, then you're lacking somewhere. I promise you that. Yeah, Mike Dawsonville, he's in Davao. He said there's a direct flight from Davao City to Jensen. Hell, that wouldn't take but 5 seconds. They're only, 3 hours away by bus. You know, Eric Powell says it's hormonal. The body is telling them right before they go into menopause to have one less baby. But something's going on. I don't know what it is, but you can't blame it all on one. What do you call that? She's exercising her options. I call it she's not satisfied. That's what I'm saying. Have you ever had a woman step out on you, Robert, or do you know?
Well, yes, of course. You know, the last one that when I got divorced in 2017, we split up in 2015. You know, she was chatting with we were married for 7 years at the time and a good marriage. But now all of a sudden she's on Facebook and, you know, and she had 2 miscarriages. We tried to have another child and she just figured if he can't do it, you know, because of diabetes or whatever, I'll just find someone else. And she did. And she always wanted a little girl. And Calvin, when you talk, do I feel like she cheated on me? No, I don't. And you're absolutely right, Calvin. She was exercising her options. She found a man that could give her a child, and she had 4 boys, and she always wanted a little girl. And now she's got a 2-year-old little girl, and I am happy and very pleased, and I hope he takes good care of her. And on with your life, baby.
That's right. Now, Moochie T, you got to understand, we don't live in a perfect world, man. This is what you come on here with all this perfect world stuff. That's probably why you're still single. We don't live in a perfect world, man. All that kind of stuff happens. Even worse, human beings, man, we're some slimy creatures, man. I don't understand where you get that we're so upstanding and righteous and moral. History matters, man. You better start reading history. We're some
No,
dirty, low down, rotten scoundrels. We're not
I
these
know.
uh, divine creatures that your preacher tells you that you are every Sunday morning. You know, if you think that we'll drop a damn atomic bomb on each other, you don't think they're going to step out and suck a dick? Huh? Come on, man. You're stupid. Don't come on here with that stuff. You know, talking about I got some strange logic. No, I live in reality. That's what that's called. It's called reality. You know, your woman
Well,
stepping out on you because she's not happy.
my wife,
And it
that,
starts up here first.
that's exactly right. My wife, when we split up, she was 45 years old and she wanted that one last child and she wanted to live her best life. And you think I'm going to hold her back? No, man. I mean, it's not, no, do I love her and I want to keep her? But the responsibility for her from me was to give her a child in her mind. That's the way she was thinking. Now, when you can't do that, face up, man.
Yeah. Now, he says, Mr. X says, remember, it's extremely easy for women to get sex compared to men. Plus, they can get paid for it. Absolutely. He says, everyone has been cheated on. You know, I would rather my woman go ahead and cheat, if y'all want to call it that, and go ahead and leave than be sitting around thinking about somebody else and, you know, wanting somebody else and just being with me. Her body's here, but her mind's somewhere else. Just go
That's
on
real
over
cheating.
there somewhere else. I don't want that. You know, I don't own nobody. You know,
That's the
I'm
real
just that's
cheating
all
when
I'm
it's going
saying.
on inside your head.
Yeah, and Mike Dawsonville said, Moochie T, she never loved you, brother. Yeah, he said cheating, stepping out, age. Well, you know, we're just saying that we don't live in a perfect world, man. You know, we're giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, especially when we come over here. Some guy, I think it was Dr. Mike TV, he said, we're woman praising. I think he used that phrase. And I was like, wow, what did
Well, you
he hit
want,
that on the money? He hit
well,
that
you
on the
want,
money of what we're doing
let's,
over here. I mean, we put them way up on a pedestal. They can't do anything wrong. But when you tell guys, hey, man, these are just regular women, they get mad at you because I had to learn that over all these years and I still don't know the half of it.
I'm going to venture to guess that my risk of AIDS is much, much smaller because I don't drink.
Tall Barber, thanks for that super chat. He said, if you can't scratch that kitty's itch, best believe she'll find someone who can and will. It happens all the time, man. But especially over here, these old guys, they think that they can keep these women with their money, man. It takes more than that. Remember, these ladies went without money for a long, long time. They're no different than us. They want somebody attractive, somebody that turns them on, somebody that can scratch that damn itch. And if they can't get it, they're going to go somewhere else. You wouldn't believe, man, some of the arrangements that guys have over here that I personally know that they know their woman's going out. And, you know, I guess they don't want to be alone. They want that Filipina care. You know, she does everything for her. He basically pays her to do everything for him. But when it comes time for that action, she goes somewhere else because he can't do it.
Well, I really want to factor in
Now, Al
alcohol because,
Rogan,
alcohol is loosening up the inhibitions. And if you don't know what you're doing, they say they all look better at closing time, right? Well, that's the alcohol, man.
yeah, but you got to understand how powerful the emotion of sex is. It's the most powerful force on earth. You can't withstand it. If you've been without it for so long and you got this young, attractive woman on the other side of the uh, computer screen playing peekaboo with you, showing you everything, saying, hey, hurry up and get over here. It's all yours. That's like being drunk, Robert. I don't know if you've ever experienced that before, but that's what's happening, man. Guys are coming over here getting hypnotized, they're getting high off of the fantasy. By the time they get here,
Well,
they're done. They don't stand a chance. They're drunk as hell. You know, she puts that on them, and then next thing you know, they signing over everything. It's true, man. Now,
a
he
woman,
said my cousin's wife gave him AIDS. That's a horrible death. My brother-in-law gave my sister AIDS. Okay, well, HIV. I don't know if she's got AIDS. We watched him die. It was one of the most horrible things I've ever done. Now, what was so strange, and I don't know, it certainly wasn't my sister's idea. I think it was his family's idea. They brought him home and placed him in the living room, and he was
looks like your camera's frozen, Calvin. You got the freeze screen. Well, you guys, when you're out there, I'm just going to say choose wisely. And if she's playing that peekaboo, just come on, man. That's garbage. You know, you don't want to be doing that. The girl I'm chatting with, she sends me back photos of the young Christian life. The meetings that they have in the church. That's what you want to see. You want something wholesome. You want something good, man. Truth and goodness. I'm a big fan of truth and goodness. And responsibility gives meaning to life. Be responsible.
yeah. Sorry, guys. This is just stupid.
You're okay, Calvin.
No. I'm using the Wi-Fi. But anyway, Al Rogan said my cousin's wife gave him AIDS, and this is what I was talking about. Um, I was talking about my brother-in-law. They brought him home from the hospital for his last night, and they literally just sit there and watch him die. It was the worst thing I ever seen because when they asked us to come over, I didn't know what they were doing. But we got there. He's in his hospital bed. He's going into convulsions. It was the worst thing I've ever seen. He ends up dying of AIDS, right? He gives my sister HIV. We didn't know he was gay. I mean, for 16 years, I knew this guy. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, he's there. never imagined that he was gay, but he was. And um, that's just, it's a terrible game that we play. Okay. It's your boy recording. Says, sorry, I was trying to get on my channel is a reaction channel. Oh, okay. Your channel's reaction channel. Okay. Hey, thanks, Billy. He said, we're not about to skip over this story.
Where did you pick that article up?
Huh?
Where did you pick that article up, Calvin? So they can go and review that. Where did you read the latest statistics on that?
It's in my description. Okay. It's in my description. The links, very good. Both of them. Whenever I do a video like that, I always back it up with facts, man. Because this is serious. Moochie T won't stop.
Nobody else is touching it. Nobody else is touching this topic. What are they afraid of losing subscribers? And you've got the best subscribers on the internet, Calvin. What you do is you develop, and like any business, you develop your own clientele.
Well, certainly some of the most knowledgeable people, at least, they'll take time to read, and because they've stuck around because I've stopped doing all that hanky-panky stuff, man. The hanky-panky's over here if you want that, man. But I'm not going to sell out like that anymore. That's all they want to talk about. They don't want to talk about the consequences of getting drunk over here, off sex and all of that.
Yeah, 10 negative reasons for this and 10 positive reasons for that. And oh God.
Yeah, and why to return to Philippines, and and I do a lot of that stuff too, because you get, YouTube is funny. You don't have the same group. I've got different subscribers now and viewers than I did 6 months ago. It keeps evolving. Yeah, you keep your base there. So sometimes you got to hit stuff like that, but other times you have to talk about what's really here. Okay. If you come to the Philippines and you don't know that there's a raging AIDS epidemic going on over here, then shame on you. Shame on the vloggers that you're watching, because you should know that. And it should stop you in your tracks and say, hey, maybe I need to get tested. Maybe we need to get tested. SR says, I'm a Sunshine Shoulder team from now on. Well, I appreciate that, man. Secret was said, this channel is a service. It has been nothing but the truth since I got on the wagon. See, these are new guys, man, and I appreciate that. And that's why sometimes you got to rehash some of the subjects.
Here's what you're going to get with Calvin. You're going to get the 360. You're going to get both sides. You're going to get the 360. What if you went to a doctor and you were bleeding? Would you want him to tell you? Or no, just go home. You're fine. Everything's cool. Just go. We'll see you next checkup. You're fine. Come on, man. Absolutely. I want somebody to tell me.
He says, Mr. X says, when you get over there, just be settled with being a good man, because Superman can get hurt. Al Rogan said, sad to say, I found out my Philippine was cheating by playing peekaboo. Yeah, it's just that the women over here, we don't give them any credit for being human beings. We think, I'm going to tell you, with the advent of the internet and then the increase of people having access to the internet over here, they're up on a lot of stuff that you don't think they're up on. There's a reason they want to date you, man, because they see somebody else doing it. They see the kinds of money we're pouring in over here. I guarantee you it's more than any other place where people are going to. It's more than Brazil. Now, you remember, they call this a third world country, man, but we're pouring in first world money over here. More than any of them, more than Colombia. I'm talking about millions and millions and millions of pesos, guys. But when you start talking about that, people get quiet. Paul Colbert said, getting real here. A lot of people can't handle that. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, Calvin, can you touch on this? You mentioned it in your video back, and what these outliers, when you get out there and you're not part of a group, you're not part of some business campaign, you're not, you really are left to your own devices. And I like this one, outliers in action. Take some action.
Okay,
the
he
outlier
says.
passport bros.
All right, he says, afternoon, Calvin. Do you watch any First Amendment auditing live? No, what's that all about, Victor? Tell me about it. Al Rogan says Brazil has a dengue breakout. Victor Gillen says, I unsubscribe hater vloggers in the Philippines. Yeah, I don't understand why people would even watch that kind of stuff anyway. And it's getting so ridiculous over there in Dumaguete. They're turning into troll channels over there. I mean, I just don't understand it. These guys are almost like the troll channels now, and we don't need that over here. But y'all think I'm just be yapping. I just did a video not long ago about the ugly Americans over here. Man, we're going to mess it up. We're going to mess up the good thing we got over here because they need to just kiss and make up down there. And see the Dumaguete Jesus, he can do all of that. He can call a truce. He can call a meeting and have them
mind your own business.
He could have a meeting and call a truce because he's a Dumaguete Jesus down there, but he's not going to do it. They like to see this stuff keep going on like that. The guy, I picked this story apart. He's talking about, yeah, they turned him in. Okay, so if they turned you in to the Bureau of Immigration and Internal Revenue, then why are you still making videos, man? That's why I don't get it. What are you talking about? He said they sent him a form to fill out, a questionnaire. Like, really, guys? Yeah, now Alexander Neville, man, they've got something. They're trying that over here. Matheson says, better to be safe than sorry. I don't play the dangerous game. I've been here 13 years now. I came here and never left. Been with the same woman since 2006. See, that's doing it. If we're gonna be able to do that, a lot of us, we don't have that discipline initially. We do when it comes to other stuff. As we exercise on our jobs and in the military and stuff like that. But when you see these young women over here, they have a power over us, and I can't explain it. I've been over here long enough. I can't explain it. Jay Money says, people are people no matter where you're from. Keep them real topics going, Cal. Much love. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, drama equals views. But it's really, it's just getting retarded. Because we were in Dumaguete yesterday, remember? And I ran into Pumpkin Joe Filipina Experience, which is one of the good guys. He's one of the real good guys. And when it's upsetting him, it's really a problem. Because he's saying, Calvin, what do you think about it? And he says, they're stopping people from coming to Dumaguete. I said, but not really. Because I tell my viewers and subscribers, them clowns are nothing but a small, it's not even negligible on the radar screen. What is it, 10 bloggers or something down there? You're talking about thousands of expats over there. 99% of 99% of them are great people, and you're only gonna see a handful of them when you're in Dumageddon. You can't go by them fighting back and forth and all that stuff, man. You know,
You got expats moving into San Carlos, and you don't see that nonsense. They just mind their own business.
yeah, but see, the Philippine government, what these vloggers have to realize is something I've said a long time ago. Filipino government is capable of handling their business on their own. They don't need our help. But we come over here knocking on their door. Hey, that guy's over there. Is he working over there without a visa? We do this stupid stuff.
Well, maybe we ought to be supporting more vloggers like Pumpkin Joe's and giving him the support that, check out his channel.
He says crowd mentality at its best. I don't know what it is, but I don't see Australians doing that. I don't see Britons doing that. Only us. And it's disheartening, man. I mean, we're trying to get people to come over here, and they're sitting there with that bullshit, man. They're grown people. But let's tighten the belts, guys, when we come over here now. Let's be a little bit more responsible, okay? If the woman doesn't want to take a test, man, that's a red flag. I would go somewhere else then. But it's no big deal. But one of the issues they said in the article is they're afraid of getting tested because they may come up positive, okay? But not really. I wouldn't. David Evans says anybody thinking of doing YouTube would be foolish to be in Dumageddon. I wouldn't. You got a big following there. These guys, they have some of the best meet and greets in the Philippines. All you have to do is attend one meet and greet there, and you'll see. That's why I'm able to say the things I'm able to say. I've seen it up close. This is only a smidgen of what's really going on over in Dumageddon. The expats aren't that bad over there. It's just two guys going at it, and they're trying to bring everybody else down with it. Those people aren't worrying about us, man. They got a whole lot more to worry about than us. We're doing them a service. Imagine if they tried to pay me for the promotion that I do to the Philippines. They couldn't afford me, Robert. Okay? I'm giving them free promotion. All right?
I was saying, Alexander the Great, when he came into Jerusalem and he met with the king, he got down off of his horse, and his men were all excited. His army's like, what is he doing? He's off his horse. And he goes over and talks to the king. He said, I want to set up a statue. I want a tribute here. And they said, no, but we'll name all of our firstborn children this next year, Alexander. And I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of little Calvins running around over there. That's going to be a popular name, bunch of Calvins over there.
Okay, Jim says, I was in Ground Zero a few weeks back, and every man has a story was looking for access to interview. It was borderline stalking when I declined. Yeah, and that's all you have to do is politely declined. You know, from when I watch his channel, it look like the guys are excited to be on the channel. They want to tell their story, but you know, to everybody, that's not a problem. My thing is, if he has a problem with Paul and Paul has a problem with him, why don't they just sit down and talk about it? I mean, it's just crazy to me. I don't see it. And then, he's making those Paul's making those videos, man. I looked at that video. I'm like, dude, you're a borderline troll. That's the type of a video that a troll would make. Talking about, oh, everybody's gonna have to answer to the Bureau of Immigration and the Internal Revenue and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, what is wrong with y'all over here? Can't y'all just have just calm down, man, and enjoy your life over here?
It's getting really stupid. At the end of one of those, I quit watching those. The last one I watched, at the end of it, he's metaphorically speaking, shots were fired. You don't joke around like that.
Yeah, well, all that is they're going behind people's backs. See, I've had to deal with that. You don't want that over here. They don't understand how much trouble you can get into over here. There's no due process rights for us over here. But they'll go behind your back. Hey, immigration, he's over there. Is he working without a visa? Knowing good and well he's giving bad information. If you got an SRV over here, you can work if they consider what I'm doing work. He's giving some bad information, man. It's borderline troll stuff. They need to quit that, man. They're going to bring everybody down. I guess they'll be happy. I've never understood this, and I'm going to stop and we'll go on, get back on the subject. Why people are so worried about us over here. I mean, because if you look at that video he did, the comments are cringy. It's like he's got the trolls on his side in the comment. They want to pull people like me down because they can't come up with a monetized YouTube channel and have any type of impact or notoriety or anything. So they don't want anybody to do it. And I'm like, why are y'all so worried about that?
Name me one other vlogger that's giving back. I mean, you could have bought another lot and another $1 million home. You've given away more than 1 million pesos, Calvin. I know you have. And who else is giving back? Why don't they talk about that?
Well, see, what makes me angry is I just don't understand why people are so worried. It's not like they really care about the Filipino people or the Philippines. They just want to start trouble. They don't care about the people over here. They just want to see you get in trouble. And that's their whole thing. David Evans said the expats in Dumaguete are great. They are.
If I'm wrong, let me know. Please let me know someone else that's giving back. I know what giving back looks like. And I know what stingy looks like. And if it's just you're on a different level. They're playing checkers and you're playing chess, buddy.
Well, thank you, Robert. And I take pride in that. I started my channel on that, giving back. And that's what it's all about, even to my audience, but I can't tell anybody else what to do. I believe if I'm living in a country, I'll always live among the locals. And close by me, people are struggling. I'm not going to live my best life. That's how you get in trouble. That's how you really become unwelcomed. I'm just sharing my blessings. That's all it is. We've given away, I say we, because my support, we've given away over 2 million pesos. I could have bought 2 more houses and lots if I wanted to. They accuse me of living an extravagant lifestyle. Imagine if I'd have kept that money in my pocket. They really be hating them, but it's not about that. Rob Master says everybody and their mama have channels now, but see, that's their right. See? And my whole thing about it is you can't just come after the YouTubers who are monetized. You got to come after all of us because it doesn't matter if a guy is earning a peso or not. If you consider having a YouTube channel working without a visa, then he's working without a visa, whether he's earning any money or not. Okay. Sam Champion says, if any of your viewers agree, this is quality content. So get some thumbs up for Calvin if you have not already done so. 186 watching now. I just try to, as long as my channel is relevant, but I tell you, I've got a price. Okay. If it gets too much for me, I'll walk away too. Like they're having guys walk away. I've been seeing videos, if it ever gets to the point where my peace of mind is at stake, then I'm out of here too. But it's never going to get like that for me because I don't pay them any attention. But I do pay the Filipino government attention. See, when he was talking about, oh, they sent him out a questionnaire, I'm like, dude, that's nothing. They called me in on the mat. I was sitting there in front of the people twice, immigration and the NBI. So I don't know what you're talking about. They're not sending out questionnaires. If they do, how many are going to ignore that? There you go. Have a nice day. He said, didn't Mark contact the government turning Paul? Well, that's what Paul says. I don't know, man. Robert said it best. Put that up there again, Robert. This is what we need to do, guys. Put rule number 1 up there. Because Kamal said that sums it up, man. In everyone's business but their own. This is what we need to do. I mean, these guys are scrapping and scraping for content. Look at their last 10 videos. It's all about that bullshit over there, man. Nobody wants, but I guess y'all like it. Rule number 1, shut the fuck up, man. Really, and enjoy yourself over here.
And mind your own business. And mind your own business.
Your own damn business.
Be an outlier. Let's talk about the outliers, Calvin. We haven't talked about the outliers yet. I want to talk about the outliers. Explain this to me because we need to know.
Well, Moochie T called me an outlier. He's over here. I guess it's just people who don't follow the crowd, Robert. We don't follow the herd. We do things our own way. So that's why I'm not talking about the 3 best ways to find a Filipino over here anymore. Yeah, I did that early on in my career, because I didn't know any better, but I know better now. So MJP says, I never comment here. Sunshine enjoys and lives to give positive energy, peace. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. M. Atherton says, very interesting topic. I was a victim of the assisted living when I was living in Texas. I came here and been happier. I never even considered going back to the USA. Yeah, that's the original topic. And I don't blame you. I want a good home cooked meal than that robotic stuff they serving in Mama's kitchen over there, Robert. What were y'all serving in the place you live, used to work, Robert?
Oh my goodness. Just the generic stuff, man. It's just going to be out of a can, whatever it is. You're not going to like it. You're not going to be asking for seconds. Yeah. You're not going to be. I think Dan from I want to give a shout out to Dan from Vagabond Awake because he will go the 360. He will give you the negative points. He's not afraid to do that.
Yeah, but he's on a whole other level. Dan is not just in the Philippines. Right. He travels all over, right? And he's a good friend of mine. He encouraged me really to start a channel. But he's on a whole other level, man. He doesn't have... You have to look at... When you're talking about people like him, you have to look at his lifestyle. We're too busy sitting around listening to what people are saying and trying to contradict what they're saying and argue and debate instead of looking at the lifestyle and saying, you know what? It's a good option for me over there. Okay. But this is the problem I have on my channel. See, guys like Moochie T, and I'm picking on him because he's an antagonist of mine. I don't mind him. That's why but he's missing the point 100%. He's not looking at the life I'm living over here. I'm saying, hey, guys, come on over here and enjoy some of this good life, okay, in the fourth quarter. Laura says, hello, Calvin and people. People seek attention, some negative. They are jerks.
No, if you
Yeah,
if you're at one
I
of
mean,
those
it's really crazy when you
assisted,
think about.
if you're at one of those assisted living care facilities and you just happen to pick up the phone and they put you on that elevator, and we have restaurant style dining, and we have card playing, and we have movies in the evening. Oh my God.
Yeah, but you get that trip to Walmart once a month, right? You get that trip. But Frank Ellis says it's really stupid what's going on with Mark and Paul. It really is. It puts a bad light on everybody, man. I mean, because you can easily say, oh, yeah, somebody who turned him in. Just like I don't know. I've got an idea who turned me in, but I really don't know. Because they put Corey Feldman one time, and then the other guy Charlie, I forgot the other one's name. But, you could tell um, they were fake. But, when the Filipino authorities are looking at the names on here, uh, they don't know that they're fake.
Hey, I want to
There
give
you
a
go. Have a
shout
nice
out
day.
to,
Says Mark asked to interview me. Yep. What's the shout out?
I want to give a shout out here to the over here in the
He says,
520. All the new subscribers coming on here in Arizona, Calvin. You got a bunch of good guys coming on, and have you noticed in your demographics you're getting a uptick in your subscribers here in Arizona? They're listening. They want to know the truth. They want something positive. They want somebody to make a difference. They want a positive message. And I want to give a shout out to Spence.
Well, it just tells me that it's coming from the United States. They throw us. Yeah, they throw us all in the same bucket over here, Robert. Ragdown Rock, it says World Zoom is back in the U.S. but keeps refusing to admit it. That video is a scare tactic. Well, that's all I'm saying. I think it's petty. We don't need to be scared over here. It's like he said, all you Doomageddon vloggers and the vloggers in the vicinity, you be looking over your shoulder and all that. I'm like, man, that's a troll channel now.
Okay,
like, really?
let's take a look at the topic. What I want to do is I want to share my story. Why do I care? Why do I not want to be in an assisted care living? And why do I want Filipina care? Well, the first time I came over last century, 1999, I'm up in Robinson's Mall and I'm having a cup of coffee and I'm looking down and here comes this really nice, impeccably dressed. He's got a suit vest on. He's in a walker. He's about 80 years old and he's got a glorious looking Filipina on each arm. And they're watching him and he's just having a good time taking a walk in the cool air in the mall. And I thought, man, this is I'll be back. This is right up my alley.
Yeah. Wow. Sam Champion says, Cal, did you hear about the guy here in Kentucky who found over 700 Civil War era gold and silver coins on his land recently? Wow. If not, I can send you the link to the story. Wish it was me. Yeah, he's rich now. Wow. Yeah, but I see guys over here living like that too, Robert, already. Y'all see my buddy, he's 88 over here. Hell, he's getting taken care of. I mean, I'm sure he'd rather be over here than slowly dying alone in his house over there in America. But we take such heat for it. People us for it. For making that choice, which to me, it's a no-brainer, Robert.
You remember that series Scared Straight, and they take those children over and show them the jailhouse, and this is what you're getting. This is the path you want. Okay, well, some of these guys need to go over and get a good whiff of the nursing care. If they haven't already been there with their parents or siblings, get over there and take a look around, maybe see what it's like to be smelling somebody else's farts. I'll just say it like that because that's what you're gonna. Those rooms
But
are
that's
small,
true.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do our own version of Scared Straight for seniors, Robert, and take 4 or 5,
Damn right.
take a bunch of seniors into one of these old decrepit assisted living homes or nursing homes and show them what life's
And
gonna
they're
be
and
like.
they're
Well, we don't want them to
and
be seniors already. We No, we want them
they're
in the
sitting there.
early 30s or 40s.
Yeah, you want to be sitting there fighting with the guy in room 126 over the remote control because you want to watch something and he's got it on something else. Now you're going to be fighting with somebody over. You can't even watch your own programs. You know, you're going to be limited. You're not
Well,
going to be
that's a
living
great
your best
idea.
life.
That's a great idea. And I don't think we get that upfront in your face reality enough when it comes to growing old in America. I think we need to take some people in their 30s and 40s to these nursing homes and show them how they're going to be treated.
This is what took me, Calvin. This is what firmly put me on the road to the Philippines, taking care of my neighbor with the diabetes and 4 times a week to dialysis. And, you know, it's just a shame, man. He's a great guy, 50 years as a mechanic in California. He's the kind of guy that would fix something on your automobile when he's fixing something else and wouldn't tell you. He'd just do it, and there he is. He's stuck,
Yeah, in the nursing home. I've seen it, man. My grandmother used to run a nursing home in her house. And, man, some of those people, she did the best she could. She was way before her time, but my grandfather, I never saw him out of his hospital bed. My father's father, ever since I was little, from the first time I ever saw him, he was in that damn hospital bed in the living room of their house. And he stayed that way for the whole time.
The other day, I was over there and he says, Robert, I just wish it was like it was before, but now it's too late. You want to wait till it's too late, or you want to get your butt over there and find out where you can live your best life? The choice is yours. That's the subject. That's the argument today. What do you want? Do you want assisted care or do you want Filipina care?
Yeah, Frank Ellis said, show them the real shitty, gritty. That's what it's going to be. And then Ed says, they have excellent living homes. What you get, a silver spoon stuck up in your ass? Ed, you don't get it. We don't want to be trapped in those places, man. Everybody's telling you what to do. You got to be rich to have a real nice nursing home over there.
He owns one of those. Calvin,
Yeah,
he owns one of those. He made his money on that. That was his business, Calvin. To ask him to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're getting beat. Turn it on YouTube. They got some good videos of showing getting beat like that. But that's a great idea. We need to start taking these young people and say, look, man, you need to start putting money away for your either long-term care, your retirement, or something.
You just ask Ed. Ask Ed, what business were you in, Ed? Were you running one of those homes?
Yeah, but he says there's some nice ones. Yeah, I guess you would. You got gold checkers or something that you playing all damn day. That doesn't make it any better when your friends and family that all deserted you, but they put you in this nice place to rot away by yourself. You rotting away in a silver casket or a damn wooden casket? It don't matter. You rotting away.
Come on, Ed. Tell us what business you retired from, Ed. Be honest.
There's some good places. But for the majority of people, Ed, that's not the case. That's just like saying there's some nice prisons, Robert, right? In the United States. I guess it is, right? I could counter Ed with that and say, there's some nice prisons. You get what you pay for, Robert. Ed.
You can have visitors.
Yeah.
They gotta sign in and take a test.
Right. But that's the same analogy that he's given. It's like, who wants to be in prison, even though, yeah, they got a nice canteen and, oh, I sleep in my own bed. It's only 4 of us in the room, not like in a dormitory and, at the state pen where there's 100 people in there and all of that. Keith said, Calvin, I advise all expats, especially older expats, get yourself together as far as your health. Good luck with that one, brother, but you're right. Hey, Chef Kevin from Kentucky says, hey, Cal, what's up? From back home in Louisville, see you in September. Come on, man. Al Rogan said, Philippine nursing homes are $1,000 per month. A hard nurse, $1,000 per month. What are you talking about? $1,000 US a month? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a nursing home over here. Hey,
yes,
Gary said
they're in their own home and they're being taken care of. They treat the elderly with respect.
Oh yeah, but that's a fact over here. The elderly are treated with respect so far as the people are concerned. Now, what happens when they become incapacitated and all that? The family usually takes care of them. Okay. And then some people here, I've seen them, they just refuse to lay down. Marilyn's mother's 67, she'll be 68. She just won't stop. She got 3 jobs, man.
I'm not going to stop with this Ed from Queens because listen, he's got money. The guy can go anywhere he wants to go, travel anywhere he wants to be, and he's not going to end up in one of those he's going to take the Filipina care, be honest.
Yeah, but it's nice prisons in America too. If you wanted them white collar criminals, like the place they're probably going to send Donald Trump if he ever goes anywhere. He'll have his own room and all that. Where Bill Cosby was.
No, they got whole cities built for those guys up in the mountains where there's nobody up there, and they got whole cities built for those guys.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any difference. Yeah, he said. Laura says San Quentin has a beautiful view, prime real estate. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Ed.
No, I'm not coming down on Ed. Ed is a real explorer, and Ed will go out there, and he's not afraid to get out there. I'll give him that. He is an outlier, and he should know better.
Yeah, he's an outright liar. He's not to say there's nice nursing homes over there. That's crazy, man. The people who are there they don't know the difference between a nice nursing home or not. They just been thrown in there and forgotten about. Okay, it's a fact, man. Look it up if you think I'm playing that. People live longer in their familiar settings than when you put them in those nursing homes. I watched my mother-in-law die within a month. She was dead. She fought tooth and nail not to go into that nursing home. Her spirit was broken when they put her in there, man, and walked away from her. And, you can only call on the phone and all of that. She wasn't used to, she couldn't watch her television shows anymore. She couldn't do nothing. She was getting ready. She died within 30 days.
This guy, my neighbor, just to get a ride to go to dialysis, you should see the battle just to get a ride to go to dialysis. And that should be a priority. And, press 1 if it's COVID related. Give us your registration number. What's your birth date? Repeat your name for me. I mean, he's an OG with a flip phone. And by the time he's done, he's screaming at the computer,
Yeah. He said Alcatraz had a great view also. But see, this is the type of stuff we don't even think about. All they're worrying about is trying to get over here to the Philippines. They're not worrying about what's going to happen, 10 years from now when you can't wipe your own behind. Who's going to wipe it for you? Are you going to let the people over there wipe it for 10,000 or whatever the guy said, 12,000 a month? Are you going to give your Filipina who's going to do it for you out of the goodness of her heart?
With real loving care.
Yeah. Now he said, Carl Butt said, yeah, Calvin, my 88-year-old aunt lives in an assisted living care facility, and I've monitored her lifestyle at $4,750 per month. The care is good, but the staff turnover is 80%. 4,750 is no joke. Yeah, now remember, I've got a friend over here. He's 88, and hell, he's got a 38-year-old woman. So look at that situation. I'm
You
pretty
know,
sure she takes good care of him.
when
But
you
I'm pretty sure
take
it's costing him more than 4,750 per month. But
when
I think I'd rather have his situation.
when you take a college speech class, you've got an informative speech, you've got a persuasive speech, you've got a political speech, you've got all these speeches. And my professor, I told him, I want to give a speech, and protect your savings, protect your homes, because this guy he was a professor, and they were taking his home and she was in the bed in the next room, and the lady had Medicare, and they were taking his life savings from him little by little, and the lady in the room next door was getting the same care. And they said, no, we can't let you give that speech, Robert. It's I don't know, they said it's inappropriate, or they wouldn't let me give that speech, Calvin.
Well, Al Rogan said, how do you get rid of Medicare and get Pacific Cross? Well, first of all, don't ever get rid of your Medicare. You keep it, because at the end of the day, we all go back home. And, you will be in big trouble if you go back home and you don't have Medicare and you giving up that Part B, because they're going to charge you 10% more for every year that you don't have your Part B. You're going to incur that penalty. So no, you're going to hold on to your Medicare, even though it's not accepted here, because you can go to Guam and get treatment. It's only 4 hours away. Plus, that's your visa run too. But you could still get Pacific Cross Life, but it's your health, Al Rogan, that buys your insurance, not your money. Because depending on your health, you may not can afford it. And this is what I tell guys all the time: get it now. Get your life insurance, get your health insurance, and hold on to it while you're young. Okay? Don't wait till you get old and get ready to die, and then you want to buy life insurance. Yeah. Do you think the insurance companies would still be in business if they was playing that kind of game? They're not playing that kind of game. They're gonna say, okay, yeah, you can do it, but guess what? It's gonna cost you. And then we're gonna put a 2-year contestability on it, because you're probably sick already. The Witcher says Robert looks younger when he shaves. He said, do I own a nursing home? No. He said, start saving some money now. He said, who has the best medical care in Southeast Asia? Well, what do you mean? I know that in Thailand, they have the #1 rated hospital in the world. Now, I don't know how they rated that, but it's in Thailand. But it's not going to do you any good, Alexander, if you show up with 4 clogged arteries and you got type 2 diabetes and you needed dialysis last year. It's not going to really help you. Self-care is going to help you. Taking better care of yourself. That's the best medical care. Okay, but it's not going to do a whole lot good. When you show up, we think for some reason that these hospitals are miracle workers, Robert. They're not. It's not a whole lot they can do. Most people die when they go into cardiac arrest. Okay.
You really do want to welcome Ed to your channel. He's a big supporter of these vloggers. I'm sure he's a businessman.
The Love says both of my grandmothers didn't want to go to nursing homes. They both died within 2 months, despite both were in good health. The nursing home broke their spirits and they gave up. I was not for it. I saw it with my own eyes, man. I'm not lying. My wife, my American wife, her mother fought tooth and nail. She had type 2 diabetes and she wasn't taking her medication right. So the family said, "Oh, we're gonna put her in a nursing home then." Oh man, she was dead 30 days later. It broke her heart. It broke her spirit.
You guys, you've got some great subscribers, Calvin.
Keith said, "I think it's unfair to go out there and put all of your burdens on this young Filipino when you know you are very sick." Yeah, but see, a lot of us, we don't know we're sick, Keith. We haven't been to the doctor in ages.
Not until you get the real shitty gritty.
Yeah, the real shitty gritty. That's what Frank Ellis said. Yeah, take them to these nursing homes and show them what's going to happen to them. It's the same as, I think it'll change some people's mind.
Real shitty gritty. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, he said the real nitty gritty, but you know what they're going to show them, Robert. If you show them you're going to get taken advantage of like that, it's going to help somebody. Maybe 2 out of 5 might change their mind and start doing the right thing.
And I'm going to tell you, you think you're going to get help in there? I'm going to tell you what the nursing philosophy is, because I have a nursing license in Arizona. Okay, so here's how it goes. They're not going to help you. They're going to let you do whatever you can on your own. They've been trained. If you can do it on your own, just let them do it. Okay. My grandfather.
Okay, Dana said assisted living for my dad was very good, cost $7,500 a month. But what's your definition of very good? I don't want to be in a place where I can't do anything for myself. That's why they call it assisted living. I would rather have the Filipina care than the assisted care. That way, I've got a beautiful, young, attractive woman that's taking care of me for a whole lot less than $7,500 a month. I mean, if you're sick and you're basically terminal, I mean, I don't care. You could have the best of care.
Listen, you're going to be in there. Do? Who do you think your neighbors are going to be?
I don't understand what you mean.
They're going to be a bunch of other sick people. That's who your neighbors are going to be in that assisted living care. I don't care how good it is. You're going to be surrounded by sick people, and it gets goddamn depressing. They're screaming, all night. How are you going to sleep? I'd rather listen to a rooster than somebody moaning all night.
Yeah, but that's very good care, Robert. According to Dana, they don't realize all them bells and stuff going off because you don't have a room to yourself. Somebody sharing your room with you and all that. And
these are a bunch of sick people.
It's something that we need to think about. We need to think about that now. We need to talk to our children or whoever's going to be in charge of our care later on and say, look, this is what I want to do. If you can't afford, just leave me over here in the Philippines then. If you can't afford to put me, if you're not going to take care of me, because I don't want to go in those places. Haywood Robertson said, Calvin, there are people taking diabetes medicine and high blood pressure medicine. They're still drinking, smoking. Some people you can't help. Well, my brother was one of them, and that's why he died. The doctors told him, look, you're diabetic, stop drinking, stop smoking. I mean, he was in bad shape. Neuropathy in his feet. He used to be in so much pain, right? But he wouldn't stop. And then somebody brought over some fentanyl, and that was the end of it. Now, see, we getting Dana to be honest now. He said very good compared to other facilities. Well, he's getting the real nitty gritty instead of the real shitty gritty, Robert, because most of us get the shitty gritty when we get in those Medicaid run facilities, which most of us are going to end up in. I'm an insurance agent. I've seen it. People live all this great life, and then 5 years before they go into the nursing home, their family sells everything, puts them on Medicaid, and shoves them in these places. It's the real shitty gritty, guys. I promise you.
Well, I want
you get $6,000 a month for bed space.
I wanted to bring that professor in when I gave that persuasive speech, and they wouldn't let me bring him in to testify where all his money in his home because they said that would be unethical to warn someone to be careful is unethical.
Yeah, it would be, because remember, it's a conflict of interest, Robert. You're working for the company, right? No
No,
wonder
I
they
was just
fired you. You were bad for business, Robert. Yeah, you're bad for business because you're telling people the truth. They're saying, "Hey, he's gonna take us. He's gonna put, he's gonna make us bankrupt."
he told me straight up it was unethical, and I had enough points in my class for an A, and right away dropped my GPA from a 4.0
Yeah,
to 3.78 in one move.
yeah. See, we need you on the real nitty gritty team, Robert, because you too real for over there. Laura says skilled nursing is not the same as assisted living. Most cannot afford assisted living place, and it's not a covered benefit. Yeah, and
You
Medicare
know,
will cover skilled nursing care for your first 100 days. And then after that, you're paying 20% of that.
Calvin, I worked as a critical care nurse assistant at Vencor Hospital in Youngtown, where all these elderly go, and they might be in there a week or 2 weeks. And I didn't get fired, man. I just, you make friends with these people. One day you're shaving a face or turning a bed or emptying out the family or visitors. And then the next week, what happened to Joni? What happened to Billy? I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the same thing that happened with me as an insurance agent with seniors and older Americans. You become so close to people, and then next thing you know, you're reading their obituary, and it wears on you a little bit at a time. Larry P said he's on his way over to Sicky Hoy. He said, "Do you have any room recommendations, Cal? Tell them to bring you to what's your budget? Because it's a lot of places. I would look on Airbnb. I would look for MLB, beachfront apartments. I would look, if you got a little money, you don't mind spending it, Cocoa Grove Beach. There's several places, because this is the slow time right now, but you certainly want to be in the San Juan area. Mopar says, I want the Filipina tune-up every day in my old age for daily inspiration. I want the real nitty-gritty tune-up, not the shitty-gritty diaper. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. Now, the guy asked Robert, he says, look in my comments of my video I did earlier today. He says, how do you know if it's a lady boy, right? And you hit on something. I said, well, if the woman asks you to use your razor the next morning to shave her damn beard, it's probably a lady boy, right?
Razor stubble.
Or if it's got
I'm not I absolutely am not these are people that's how they find their identity, and let them live their best life. I got nothing against anyone out there that's the hard-faced reality sometimes.
But he asked you he asked the question, Robert. We're trying to help him. And I said, well, if they got a dick, they might be wearing a dress, but if they got a dick, it's probably a lady boy, right?
Man, they got I don't know how they tuck that thing between their legs. They do it somehow.
Well, I did some research when I was writing the setup, and what they do is they use what do you call that? Where they a leotard. They use a tight leotard.
You'd have to have a Prince Philip or Prince Albert.
He says, Mopar says, I'm fighting if she asks for a razor to shave her beard. Rod Master said, damn, Cal got me thinking I knocked off a girl, but I know she wasn't a lady boy, but I found out she what? What you find out? And so it says, go to a location or country that also speaks your language as a first language. Also, well, looks like the Philippines checks that box. Well, this is not the Philippines first language over here. English is like the second or third language. He says daily oil changes keep a man young, and yeah, that's a fact. He said silicone body suits. That's funny, Laura. I didn't even know they had that sort of stuff. But I can usually tell because some women, I mean, well, some transgenders over here, lady boys, what they call them, they have those hormonal ejections, and you'll see lumps and bumps where they're not supposed to be. Okay. Uh, the Beach of Light said, "Hey, Cal, tell us about the new ebook." Well, it's part three. It's one, two, and three. The setup. It's the story of John. He was searching for love, you know. So a co-worker, this is the gist of it. So a co-worker tells him about an online dating site called Filipino Love that matches lonely Western men with young, beautiful Filipino women. So he said, hey, I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm going to give it a try. And he does, you know, and he says he didn't realize that, well, he says to himself, I got nothing to lose, not realizing that he had everything to lose, even his life. And it just goes through three parts, and it's several different characters in there. It's really an interesting story. You know, remember, these stories are real, but I've changed the names and some locations to protect the innocent. But I think it's a great story, man.
How about this one,
And
Calvin? How about these mail order brides? How about that one, huh?
yeah, but what about the mail order husbands? I think that's what we're becoming because they've flipped the switch.
No.
I mean, they flipped the script, Robert.
We're becoming global citizens, is what we're forgetting the 5% and looking at the other 95%. Become a global citizen. And as far as these mail order brides, you know, if they're going to say that this is a business, well, then give me a tax deduction for my trip.
Yeah, but we become mail order husbands, Robert, because we've allowed them to flip the script. They're choosing us now. So we're putting ourselves on the dating sites now and posting pictures and everything. We're bucked up and everything like that. Money showing, car, because, you know, they think, well, I ain't showing money. Yeah, you are. You're showing that nice motorcycle, car, and house. And the woman's picking us. So we're presenting ourselves as mail order, not husbands, but hawks, you know, or whatever it is. But they're choosing us now, so we're selling ourselves, basically. Carl Butt says, Cal, what three things does Filipina care offer better than assisted living care house? Do I have to answer that one for you? Well, the tune up with the tune up, the oil change, and the lube job.
And she's
right,
not going to
Robert?
spit in. Well, and then she's not going to spit in your food.
Yeah, that too, yeah. Oh, he said Ken and Lynn cannot summons Pinoy winners. Now, this was a sad story here. He says, remember the lady boy was killed in Subic by a military fellow. Now, the lady boy, this must have been a very good-looking lady boy to fool him, or he must have been really, really drunk, or both. But the lady boy that's with that YouTuber, she's not gonna fool anybody. She's basically a man with long hair. That's basically all it is. He says, "Hey Rob, keep the signs coming. They're hilarious." But
the sign guy. Yeah, who else is going to touch this topic, huh? Do you want some gritty? You want some nitty? There you go. Become a global citizen, man.
He says, and a tire rotation. Well, I know they'll give you the tune up, the oil change, and the lube job. I don't know about the tire rotation. You might have to go to your doctor to get that one.
See, these guys don't know, Calvin, but you know, because we chat quite often. You know, I'm getting these 6 teeth pulled. You know, you got medical care you need to take care of, get it done. You know, I'm having 6 teeth pulled on the 20th, and they're going to go in there and dig and scrape. And I said, don't give me the anesthesia. I want to hear them breaking and grinding and chipping. Oh my God. But you do what you got to do.
Larry P said, Calvin, can we stop by? Sure. But I'm not in MLB. I'm in Gold Sky Seaview Resort, and just tell the motorcycle driver to take you to Gladwin's place. And that's where I am now. MLB is on down for me, but look that up in the Airbnb first. That's what I would do. Yeah, but now we're male, or it's not we're male or the husbands. They're the ones choosing us now. They totally flipped the script on us, Robert.
Calvin, there are some vloggers out there that they are getting rid of their Medicare. They don't want to pay the Advantage plan, and they're gonna back up and regroup and pay that 10% plus all the fees and everything. And how can these guys be responsible and tell their subscribers to cut their Medicare and quit making that payment? And just what kind of advice is that? I mean,
that's stupid advice. That's stupid advice. Don't give up that Medicare, because you're gonna go back home anyway. Even if you go home to visit, you're gonna need it. What do you think the Part B is, dummy? Stop and think before you get rid of your Part B. It's 95% of your insurance. Part A only covers inpatient care. Like if you go to a a psychiatric hospital, a regular hospital, skilled nursing care, that sort of thing, hospice. But Part B covers everything outpatient, which most of your care is 95%. Yeah, outpatient care. So if you get rid of your Part B, you done junked your insurance. And for $100-something or whatever it is you're paying, depending on your income when you retire, it's well worth it, man. You know, why would you just want to save that $100 and something just to come over? See, those are stupid people who come over here and throw their common sense out the window when they get on the plane. Guys, if you're watching me right now, don't give up that Part B unless you're a veteran and you got VA. And then when you go back to America, you can use their services.
But see, here's the difference with you, Calvin. You're trying to train these people to be responsible, give them some good advice, and these other people are giving them bad examples. Like, I'm not going to pay that. I quit paying that. And then these guys watching, they're saying, "Oh, well, maybe I should do that too." No.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, it's their money. It's their insurance. But I'm just telling them that 95% of procedures now are done outpatient. So when you get rid of your Part B, you basically get rid of your Medicare. Okay. And you certainly need Part A and B to get the Medicare Advantage plan. So you're not going to be eligible for that. You're going to end up going back home anyway. So now you got that 10%, and then you can only sign up for Part B certain times of the year to get it back. So you better think about that.
Once a year.
Yeah, you better think about that. Now, Laura says, are you getting implants or dentures or a bridge, Robert?
I've got an upper plate, and I only have 6 left in the front, and then I'll have a lower plate. Right now, I've got a partial.
Yeah.
And then these 6 teeth are coming out, and then I'll have a full plate bottom, full plate top. I'll be plated out.
Yeah. Are you going to get any gold or platinum up there, Robert?
I'll get wooden teeth like George Washington.
Carl Butt said mail order brads are an option to the Walking Street Psychology or Province Body Search. Yeah, but I'm just saying, guys, they flipped the script over here. They they're in charge now. I hate to say that because I've been trying my best, Robert, to flip the script back, but I get the pushback. They don't listen to me. So at this moment, guys, I'm going on record to tell you that uh, the woman's in charge over here. They've taken the wheel and they're driving over here, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Um, Now, Sammy, this is my buddy down in English City. He says, as for the lady boys here in English City, they don't disguise their voice. You have to be blind and deaf. They only hang out by Phillies. Okay. Now, you made me think about something because even if you're not sure if it's a lady boy, they may try to disguise their voice, but they can't describe their laugh, Robert. If once you make them laugh, it goes from, "Hey, you know, Robert," to, you know, they become a man real quick. All you have to do is make them laugh, and they become a man real quick.
Only a real woman has that. Tee.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know you got them when they give you that tee.
Yeah, Jim says broke expats making bad decisions in regard to Medicare B. There's a reason they're broke. Yeah, that's right. It's a pattern. If you were broke over there, you're not going to come over here and magically be fixed. You may just have a little bit more time before you go broke because, you know, you're going to get a little, mail order studs. That's all it is. That's what we are over here. The women are firmly in control. If you don't believe me, come over here. You'll see it. You'll see these little tiny women, you know, dragging these big men around, you know, and everything. You'll be shocked.
Mail order duds.
Yeah. But they've taken over. They really have, man. And it's really sad to see, you know, because you're coming over here with a royal flush and she has a pair of deuces, if that. Some of them don't have nothing. Some of them just have 5 cards, okay, with different suits, okay? I'm just being honest. And you lay your damn hand down thinking that she's going to win. Yeah, well, she done won. Yeah, Sam Travis, a Cal Medicare Part B currently is $164 a month. It only covers 80% of the doctor's expense. Yeah, well, you really don't need to cover the rest, if you know, but you have to understand it has. If you're looking at your Medicare, Sam, versus a regular insurance policy, give me the Medicare all day long because the Part B deductible is so small. Once you reach that, you're paying 20%. But remember, you don't pay 20% of the doctor's expense. You pay 20% of the Medicare approved expense. The doctor may charge $100 per doctor visit, but Medicare is only approved $50. So you're gonna pay 20% of that. It's a good plan, really. You don't need another plan.
That's your PPO because when they contract with Medicare, they can only charge what actually Medicare is billed, not the doctor.
Yeah, now see, Reg Jam Rock is right. Now, if you go on and get that Medicare Advantage versus a supplement, because a supplement is an option that you can get, but you got to pay for that. A Medicare Advantage plan, you don't pay anything additional. Now, Reg Jam Rock has the plan that will give return of your Part B premium. In Kentucky, they give it all back. He's getting back 144 of his every month. Okay, so he pays 20. Plus, he gets dental, vision, hearing, over-the-counter medication, gym membership probably. You got a gym membership, Robert. Silver sneakers, right?
That's right. And it's called additional help. And in Arizona, it's called Slim B. It's additional help. They got 6 different sections of Medicaid, which is, you know, you have your Medicare, but Medicaid kicks in and picks up the Part B premium.
Yeah, Medicaid does. Yeah. Now, Sammy Davis says, see, you don't need it, Sam, because you've got VA and you've also got TRICARE. Now, if I had that, no, I wouldn't pay the Part B. Okay. But if you go somewhere where TRICARE or VA is not available, then you're going to be in big trouble. But Yeah, if I had
Or
VA and TRICARE, I wouldn't carry that Part B either.
hey, what was going on with your reception? You cleared it up, whatever you did.
Well, I didn't do nothing. It's just the coverage, Robert. Now, Sam Chapman said, Cal, I know what you're saying is correct. I'm now on Medicare for being 65 or older. Yeah. Now, you probably got VA too, Sam, right? If you don't, I would keep my Part B. I would never get rid of that. Even
You
if
know,
you've got a private insurance, a retirement insurance, your Medicare is going to work in conjunction with that insurance. It's either going to be the primary or the secondary, depending on how many employees are in that retirement plan. Trust me, guys, I know what I'm talking about with this. I did this for 16 years. This was my bread and butter. I haven't written a policy in 5 years, but I still have to do my continuing education every year, and I still have to do my certification every year. So I'm up on what's going on.
didn't you have a crew of 30 guys that you supervised out of your office, Calvin? You were a
20, I
leader.
had 20. I had 20, man, and I was earning as much money as I've ever earned in my life. I never dreamed of earning that kind of money. I was bringing in about 20,000 a month, Robert.
And I'm going to make a point here while we're on the subject of changing your plan every October. If you're on additional help, Medicare with the Medicaid additional help, you're able to change your plan once every 3 months.
Yeah, now remember, when you're dual eligible, that's what you're talking about. You eligible for Medicare and Medicaid. You have to have, you have to meet certain income requirements. Okay, I mean, really, and that's
But
why
when you
you
move,
qualify. That's why you qualify, Robert, because you met those requirements.
well, I'm living on 1350 a month. That's it, so I make it meet. I make ends meet that way. But when you qualify, you can change your plan just in case somebody say, "Oh, I got to wait till October." No, you don't. You can change your plan every
Right.
3 months. If you're low income, can change the plan every 3 months.
Yeah, see, they changed that. You used to could change every month, but a lot of these unscrupulous insurance agents, to get an extra uh, commission, they were going around changing these people every month just to get an additional 250 or whatever it was that they had. They weren't taking in consideration um, the welfare of the beneficiary. So they jumped in and said, no, you can only change every 3 months, because a lot of people, they really don't know. You go over their house and they depend on you to be honest and to give them a full disclosure. So
Because
you could have
you're
them on, you
licensed.
could have them on the best plan available, and some guy comes behind you and says, no, this isn't the best plan, and changes them to another plan so he can get commission. It happens all the time. King Arthur says, Sam Champion at 65, you will now have TRICARE for life. Yeah. Uh, Now, this guy, let me go back to him. He said, Cal said, I'm sorry about the Filipinas being in control, like the drug dealer in Jungle Fever told Wesley Snipes that Samuel Jackson was a basehead. He said, your brother's a basehead, B. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but I have to break the bad news to everybody. The women are in charge over here. They've taken over here, and it's officially flipped now. And the only thing you can do is come over here and stand your ground.
And
You may have to
choose
throw a
wisely.
few. You may have to throw a few back in order to do
Choose
that, but you got to stand your
choose
ground. If not,
wisely.
you don't have a man. I'm gonna tell you, man, you don't have a foot to stand on, because they're not playing over here now. With all these YouTube channels out here, man, these women, they let the cat out of the bag. Literally, let the cat out of the bag. See, and what y'all have done is y'all watching all these Filipino channels, and they've just mesmerized y'all. See, they're never going to give you that other side. They're always going to sell you that fantasy, man, and y'all falling for it. So you come over here and you got one foot in the grave and one slipping, man. And you're just not
Calvin,
listening to me anymore.
let's dig a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper because this is an enigma. What is this? Not infatuation is what do they possess that can put you in that? It's
Well,
like
it's you, Robert. They're just regular women. You've convinced yourself that there's something different about them. There's something special about them. It's nothing they've done. They're just sitting here like, oh, he really thinks that way. You're really going to send that money over here to me? I'm just a regular woman. This is what they're thinking. I know it's what they're thinking. Okay, but it's not what you're thinking. You're like, oh man, this is the best thing since sliced bread. She's interested in me. You start like that guy, Dr. Mike TV said, you start woman praising. And we put them way, way up there. And then when we get over here, they don't meet the fantasies never as good as the reality, guys. I mean, I'm just saying, it never what's the word I want to say? It never it lines up with reality, man, and then you get over here, man, it's a totally different. And she's one. SR, thanks for that super chat. He said, great subject. Everyone take better care of your health, please. Yeah, good luck with that.
real shitty gritty.
But you're right. He said, man, you guys are breaking all the chains tonight. Only if you listen, man, and take heed. He says, my buddy got HIV, fooling around with too many women over there not practicing safe sex. I kept telling him to wrap it up, but he told Filipinos don't like condoms. Now, you sure he got it from a woman? Because if you do your research, most of the men who catch AIDS, they get it from another man. He says they have special powers over me. I accept that. I step cautiously. Well, you put that into your mind, because when you get over here, you've been over here as long, sometimes it's like a letdown. You're like, oh man, I really thought it is. They listen to me, guys. It's not that they're not special. They have certain qualities that you're going to admire about them that you don't see over there. But as far as being super women and something different, no, you're going to come into a relationship and you're going to make the mistake that a lot of people do. You're going to be like, man, I've recreated the life I was running from over there, because for some reason we think it's different. All you have to do is take your time, man, and go ahead and build the life that you want to live. Don't make the mistake and build it around her. Build it around you. Yeah, disillusioned. That's what it is. It's the same thing as a lie.
That's where we're getting over there. We're getting microaggression. You say, you're at work and you say, hi, ladies, how's it going today? Okay, now you're fired. That's a microaggression.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about the other day. We don't even know what abuse is anymore over there. They've really redefined it, right? So many different definitions.
It used to be complimentary and with good polite etiquette to call a woman a lady. Now, if you say, hey, ladies, I got something I want, that's already a microaggression. You want to put up with that?
Now, Carl Butt said, Robert, they offer what other women don't offer: a home-cooked meal, back rub, and oil change. But hell, is it worth millions of pesos, though? This is what we're doing. We're overspending. Okay, and then actually, what are you going to pay for that? Not just in money, though. You're basically going to come over here and be put in a prison. So you better choose the right woman, because she's going to act like a warden. And this is what guys don't understand. You're not going anywhere that she's not, if she can't see you. And if you're able to do that, then you're lucky. You have to know what you're getting into, but we won't listen. All you see is the beautiful woman on the other end. You say, oh, I'll give it all for that. Well, you're going to give it all for it. At least come over here and see what the game, try to learn the rules of the game. We don't even do that. We just say, okay, yeah, I want it. Yeah, we throw all caution to the wind. Dana said these guys have no idea about being the prize. They think the Filipinas is the prize. Right. This is true. This is 100% fact right here. We're uncomfortable because people have been telling you for the longest, oh, you're nothing. You know, my American wife told me, here's what she said. She said the N word, like you, come a damn a dozen. That's what she thought. And she's been trying ever since to replace me. But we've been hearing this stuff for years and years and years. So when somebody comes on here and says, you know what? When you come over here, guys, you're the prize. You have to understand that. You're the diamond. You're the catch. Listen to me, guys. You are the catch.
Okay? Choose wisely. You got to slow down. You know, when you come off the freeway and you come into town, and you're already, maybe you're already into town on the neighborhood off the freeway, and these guys are coming in real fast because they've been traveling fast on the freeway, and they're not slowing down on the surface street because they're going too fast. You come in on that 747 and you're running 600 miles an hour, you better slow down and choose wisely, man. Take your time, choose wisely.
But that's not what they're going to do. It's easy. It's easier said than done. You know, I've got guys who write me on a consistent basis, Robert. They say, I haven't been intimate with a woman in 10 years, 15 years. One guy said 15 years. I'm like, dude, you haven't committed suicide yet? I'm like, what in the world? What kind of life are you living? I mean, what are you doing? Okay, so then now all of a sudden, you see this young, beautiful, attractive young lady on the long flowing hair, beautiful skin, perfect body. And she says, yeah, just get on over here. Yeah, and it's all yours.
No, she's paying attention. She's saying, are you married? How long are you on vacation? How long? Where do you live?
Now, she already knows because she's been watching these other Filipino vloggers. See, they've even tapped in. They already know they've already tapped into our vein. They know what turns us on. So they parade these young women around in bikinis because they know we're starving over there. We haven't seen anything like that since they stopped. What was that? Wild, Girls Gone Wild. Ever since that went out of business, we haven't had anything like what they're doing over here. Okay, and guys have lost their mind. And the guy says, oh, they'll give a home-cooked meal. Dude, you done paid for all of that the minute you buy your round-trip ticket. You done paid for, before you even give her anything, you done already paid for it. The round-trip ticket, the hotel, and all that, right? The exchange rate.
And selling everything you own for pennies on the dollar. How's that going to work out?
Yeah. But see, what I'm trying to do is tell them that you can make it work over here. But you have to slow down. I'm not saying that it's not a good deal over here because it is. It's a great deal. But we're going about it the wrong way. We're trying to bring all that stuff from over here. I'm sitting over here like, man, look, I've been over here for 14 years. I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all. But the game is played differently over here. Okay, if you just break the script, they going by a script. There's a script that they go by, guys. I promise you that. All you have to do is break the chain in the script somewhere, and they're lost. They don't know what to do now. Of course, they're going to meet you at the airport. That's the script. Okay, then they're going to go back to the hotel with you. Then they're going to screw your damn lights out. Then they're going to take you to the province. Then they're going to start talking about, oh, what's your future life? What kind of future do you have? What's your plans for me? What's your plans for us? Then you're going to go back to America, shell-shocked, and you're going to start sending back money over here. Who hasn't been through that? Put your hand up if you know that script. That's the script, and it works 100% of the time. But if you break it somewhere along the line, say, oh, no, I don't want you to meet me at the airport. Or you can meet me at the airport, but when we get back to the hotel, okay, You're not spending the night. Okay. Let me get to know you first. Go get a doctor's appointment. Go get a doctor's slip and everything like that. I'm
how
not
much
ready.
money
I'm not ready to meet your family yet.
how much money
Wait
are we
until we
sending
know each
over
other
there?
better.
How much money
Yeah.
are we sending over there on World Remit and PayPal and we're sending remittances. We're
Yeah.
remitting, and because of that, we're submitting.
See, this is what I tried to tell guys a long time ago. You have to be the prize. You're the one spending all the money. You buy the plane ticket. You're sending money over here. Not only are you sending her the money, but you're paying these remittance services. We're keeping them in business. The
Absolutely.
airlines, the hotels, the restaurants, the resorts, every damn thing you're paying for. But then you get over here and you want to lay down and let her run every damn thing just because she's got a worn out pussy between her legs. Man, y'all need to wake up. I'm going to tell you that.
They
You
say
can win over here.
I laugh at these politicians. These politicians that say we got to close the border, and I said, yeah. Well, where's the border? Western Union. Close Western Union, and that's like closing the border, man.
Yeah, see? But people won't listen. They're watching now and say, yeah, I'm going to do everything that he said,
On,
right?
guys.
But the minute the
let's,
woman...
let's take a look. Okay, first of all, she's gonna lose her phone, or the battery died. I'm sorry, I can't call you. I'm gonna need a phone. Okay, you're gonna get hit with that. And they all have a birthday coming up. They all have a birthday, and then there's some other schoolwork or a project. There's always money needed. There's a need, and we like to fill the need. We feel like we're the hero, man. We're gonna fill the need.
Yeah, that's us doing that. Okay, now here's something. Okay, now this is what I'm gonna tell you not to do. Even though this guy's a good guy, you don't ever want to do this. He said it's definitely not cheap to come here, and you definitely try to ball, but you don't have to do all that. That's why I swallowed my pride and I'm saving money by staying at her family home. You don't ever want to do that, especially on your first trip here. You're a prisoner, dude. They're gonna watch your every move. You're not going nowhere.
Yeah, now
Okay.
you're back in that assisted care nursing home with just the curtain.
Yeah, that's right. He's recreated the life over here that he's running from. Now you're the damn, elephant in the room. They talking around you, and you don't have no freedom, man. I'm in my own house sometimes. It drives me crazy, but I've gotten used to it. I can kind of read their expressions and different things like that, but I don't understand what they're saying. So imagine being around. I know they're not talking about me because we're family now. So imagine being around a bunch of strangers who've never seen you before. They're talking all about you, dude. I wouldn't get out of there as soon as you possibly can. Stop being a cheap Charlie and get your own hotel room. They're listening in when you're in there getting, your tune up. They're listening and all of that, man. Come on, get out of there, dude, right now.
You might as well be in that nursing home assisted care with just the curtain. Pull the curtain.
Yeah. Billy Tam says, you're absolutely correct, Cal. The women I met introduced me to the family. I told her to slow down. Can we enjoy the Philippines first? You're right, Cal. I haven't sent a damn because I've been listening. You don't have to, but we feel obligated. Here's he said, take your time. They're not going anywhere. Where can they go? But now they've kidnapped him. They're like, she's got the best situation in the world now. You're not going anywhere, dude. Nobody else is going to watch you. Every dime you spend is going to be in this house, and you still aren't guaranteed anything.
Come on, guys. Let's stop what you're doing. Give it the thumbs up. You like the channel. You like the information you're giving. Give a little back. Just give them that thumbs up right here. Thumbs up right there. Right there.
But see, here's what I'm saying, Laura. This is what I'm trying to tell guys. That you can win over here. You can put yourself in a win-win situation, but we're not listening. We come right over here we've already paid for it with the plane ticket, the air, the hotel, everything, remittance fees, the whole 9 yards, right? Okay, but we still think we gotta leave with the wallet. Okay, we're buying everything. Okay, just the other day, if you don't believe me, ask my buddy Clint Dow. We were leaving Mahawani in San Carlos the other night. He came to visit me, and I took him to Mahawani. I wanted him to try their food. So we're leaving, and here comes an American guy pulling up. Okay, it's him and 3 other tricycles behind him. He's getting ready to buy dinner in this restaurant for about 20 people. See, this is what you don't have to do. I could look at him. He's like a deer in headlights. And know it's his first trip ever coming here. And this is what you really don't want to do. You don't have to do that. Why are we doing that? I don't know. But you can tell because they getting out, they're taking pictures of the restaurant, by the way, because, it's something new to them. But man. Yeah, they're reeling him in. He's already been reeled in. They caught him. He's in a damn cage now. And you got everything. The party don't start till you get here. There's no party if you don't come. So just take your time and kind of be in control a little bit, man. I mean, don't get pussy whipped over here. Like, wow, man, so many women that got that. Because some guy was like, well, I don't like that unspoken agreement and this and that. I forgot what he said, but it's in one of my last videos. And I said, look, man, you got to have an unspoken agreement when you're in a situation where basically the woman is bringing nothing but herself to the table. You have to have an unspoken agreement. And that's just in the beginning. As your relationship evolves, so will your agreement evolve. The best of us, we keep that unspoken agreement intact. But some people tear it up and throw it out the window. Oh, we've been together 6 months now, a year. Okay. But yet she still has the same thing. Okay. That worn out pussy. Okay. That's all she's got, guys. That's it. Okay. Okay. So, hey, Ken, what's up? This is my buddy from Australia. He's coming over here too. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here. Thank y'all so much for all your super chats, super stickers, thumbs up. Give my buddy Robert a thumbs up, man. Thank him for joining us today. Because what time is it there, Robert? What time is it there, Robert?
Oh God, it's already 9:15 here, Calvin.
Oh wow, it's getting late. Is the casino still open?
I don't know. My gambling buddy, he's hurting now. So we share the gas money. So yeah.
Yeah, I know the last time you told me you went there, you said you dropped a few, didn't you?
Well, it's entertainment. I'm not going to spend the rent money.
But you did drop some, right? What'd you drop?
A few black chips and a few green ones.
Wow. Yeah, and black chips 100, right? The last time I gambled. Have you ever seen any of those? Have you ever seen those gray ones, Robert? Hey, have you ever seen the gray ones?
No, but I've walked out with a purple one, just like your shirt, a few times. So I don't get mad. I get even.
Oh yeah.
You got to. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to kick that mule.
Oh yeah. The best thing to do. Here's the number one way.
But it's not a good It's not a good retirement plan. That's for sure.
Yeah. To win at the casino is don't go, and I guarantee you're gonna win. But I was at the table. Well, the table next to me, it was a guy. He was there by himself. He had a whole tray of gray chips. They were $2,500 each. He was 25 or 5,000. I can't remember, but he had a whole tray of them, and he was just sitting there shooting dice by himself.
They got great food. I normally walk out of there with about a $200 pizza.
Yeah, Laura says, where? Yeah. I know. Because my wife used to say, oh, yeah, we getting all these free rooms. I said, no, I actually lost 5,000 last week. This room is costing us 5,000. Laura says, where are you?
Oh, Laura,
Where are you,
where am
Laura? Yeah,
I? We're over in the 520.
yeah. The 520. Where's that, Arizona?
Yeah, that's going to be right there, right where the Yaqui Indians. They're the ones that own that casino, the Yaqui Indians.
But you're part Indian, though, right? They'll give you a break.
No, since I lost my teeth, Whistling Bird is gone.
Chris Donald said, just mail in a check, Robert. It would save you some money, save you some time. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Great chips are 5,000. Wow.
The first thing I did is say, hey, take me off the mailing list, man, because they got the free dinner and the free hotel room and the free, free.
Yeah, nothing free in that place. That's my wife just say, yeah, we got the. She's be on the phone. We got a free room. We got a free weekend over there. I'm like, you think it's free?
Calvin, you know what? You know why we get along so well? Your father was a preacher. My father was a preacher. We just got that, man. We want to give them. We want to help people. Come on, guys, pay attention here. Go back. If this, you can hit rewind. Snapping a twist and a rewind.
But I'm ashamed that my father was a preacher, man, because I tell you what, when the things I saw, that's why I'm so confused about religion growing up, man. I saw so much, man. My father, and then when him and my mother, they never got divorced. They were separated after 23 or 26 years. Anyway, he was going with a woman and her daughter. And I'm like, wow. I mean, the daughter was just playing him for a fool, but the mother really loved him. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for everything. I'm gonna get off here. I know I've got some people coming by here, and we got to go to the store. We just got here yesterday. But if you're in Ticuho anytime, come by and holler at me, man, because I'll be here for the next couple of weeks. It takes a while for me to relax.
Hey, Calvin, I want you, when you get successful and you have some celebrity status and you're an influencer, you probably start to wonder who really are your friends, Just remember, I got your 6, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that, Robert. You've been here for a long, long time, man. I appreciate your time today, brother, because
old hairy shoulders.
But here's the thing. People don't think that you know what you're talking about, but you've actually been married 6 times.
I've been married 6 times to 5 different women.
So you married one woman twice? Yes,
I did.
Well, how long between divorces was it?
It was in, I guess you could call it serial monogamy.
I mean, what happened? I mean, okay, you got divorced, and how long was it?
Oh, I didn't.
Before you married again.
I didn't get. Well, okay, I got divorced in Yellowstone County when the clerk recorder signed and registered the divorce. I got married the same day in Pocatello, Idaho.
See, that's why I put you in my Hall of Fame, because I've never known anybody to do that. Yeah.
As soon as it was registered, like I was afraid she wasn't going anywhere, man. You got to slow down, guys. Slow down.
Wow, you got married the same damn day. Now
yes, sir.
That might be a record.
I'd do it again, but I do it again. Nice German girl, man.
Now, have you ever married an American woman?
Oh yeah, I've been married to some really, most. I like the nurses. And especially, well, they're professional. I would say that most of them were 4.0. They were company managers, professionals. mostly master's degree, but that's not what I'm just looking for someone who has the capability. I'm looking for the talent. You don't have to have the degree. You don't have to be making the bucks. You don't have to be a high value woman. I see you as high value because what did you say? They're slim, fit, and friendly.
Yeah. Well, that's subjective anyway. I've never met a man who's come over here who didn't say he was a high value man. You know, even the guy who's 5'6", 280 pounds with one eye, he said he was a high value man.
A lot of these guys that are watching this right now, they're looking down on me. Oh, $1,300 a month, you know. But you know what? I'm gonna make it work, and let's see what you guys do.
Yeah, well, you own your own place over there too, Robert. That goes a long way.
That's right. But for the lot rent that I'm paying $435 a month for lot rent, I could be renting a condo with all Western amenities, gated security, and a swimming pool.
Well, see, that's a great point, Robert. See, that nobody ever talks about.
Gus, you know, I needed to make another sign today, maybe next time, but you know, let's talk more about the free money in the Philippines. I got a lot of pushback on that video, and I'm like, well, why? 900 minus 200 is 700. If my rent in America was 900, then I came over here, it was 200. I got $700 free dollars. What's so hard about that, Robert? You know what? You could do a whole 3-hour live on free money in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but I don't get it. Now this guy, he got mad at me, boy. He told me to, you know, because he said, quit talking about Jesus on, you know, he got mad at me because I talked about Jesus. This guy Herbert. And I'm like, dude, I'm just joking, man. You know, I said, I don't play with people's religion. If that's what you want to do, you know.
Calvin, you know me very, very well. You know me very, very well.
I'm just trying to say that there's so many vast universes out there.
No, come on, we got to stop this stuff. This onward Christian soldiers marching as to war. Let's stop that, okay? Let's just stop that.
Yes, it's just so many universes out here, and we're on this tiny planet, and I don't believe Jesus is looking at me when I'm getting an oil change. I'm sorry. So, you know, we got to make sure that we're in the right missionary position because Jesus is going to check back here at 9 o'clock every night like he does every day. See, I don't believe that.
I'm just going to give it a little push. I'm going to put this out there, you know, that religion is a new invention at the Council of Nicaea. Study your history, read a few books, get some book smarts, you know, make your own decisions. Don't be told what to do.
Yeah, history matters, doesn't it, brother? History matters.
Well, Calvin, that's why I love hanging with you because you're well read. And I'm getting up to speed, you know, but I could do better.
But okay, Robert, I got to get off here.
Hey, Captain.
Take care, everybody. Thank y'all for all y'all support. Hey, man, go down there. I noticed, look, a lot of people downloaded the setup part 1, but they didn't download the setup part 2. Well, you didn't like it? I don't get it. I've got more positive reviews than I do downloads for part 2. I'm just saying, just be honest. If you don't like it, you know, don't download it. But now part 3 is up there.
But 178 already, Calvin? That's phenomenal, man. In that short period,
it is. I downloaded the first one April 25th. So April, May, June, 2 months, going on 3 months. Yeah, I think it's a great first, you know, release. And, you know, I'm green, man. You know, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just writing it down as it comes out of my head. Let me answer him. I always put them in my description of my videos, Al, because I don't know what's going on with Amazon either. That's the point. I don't get it. That you can't find it. You used to be able to find it, but now you can't.
Well, I
So
think I told you once, you know, the pen in the hand of a writer is like the sword in the hand of a king.
yeah, it is our channel, Herbert, and you can comment whatever you want to, but I don't mean I have to answer it. But yeah, let me get off here, guys. Sam Coda says,
Stay
I
positive.
left a comment on your video, Calvin. When's the audio book? That's why I'm here now. I'm working on it now. I've got to pick and choose when I do it because I don't want the roosters and all that in the background. But I bought a sound card that I'm going to read it through. It should be. I'm going to try to have that done either today or tomorrow, Sam. Okay. And then, but I'm gonna do it differently, guys. If you want the audio book, I'm gonna have you email me, and then whatever the price is, and then just have you send it PayPal, whatever way. Okay. I'm not gonna go through Amazon for that because they're so um, strict when it comes to audio books and everything like that. I don't have the type of studio, but it's gonna be studio quality. But okay. Uh, Take care, everybody. All right, Robert.
Big shout out to